Well, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Steven here from Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. I am really excited about tonight. We're going to have a great time. But when do we not have a great time? Come on, man. This is always a blast when we do these live streams. You guys make it fun. My guests make it fun, and I just sit back and watch the show, man. What are you talking about? This is easy cheesy, man. This is good stuff. So tonight we're gonna talk about, because just to kind of set this up. So we got the digital release of Scream 5 that came out, excuse me, yesterday, and the Blu-ray will drop on the 5th of April. So my goal for the month of March, pretty much every week, is to dive into the classic is a better way to say it, the vintage Craven masterpieces we know of Scream 1 through 4. So I will be doing things like this where we're going to do live streams on Scream 4. We already did one on Scream 3. We're going to do one on Scream 2. And of course, we're going to do one on the original masterpiece, the iconic Scream 96. And that's why I'm also going to be hosting watch parties every week, starting this Saturday, which we'll get into in just a minute, with Nancy Ann Ritter, the cast member from Scream, Girl in the Bathroom, who you guys saw I guess it was 2 weeks ago now. And she's been so gracious to agree to come back and watch the entire movie with us live. It's going to be insane. And it's coming up this Saturday. We'll get into that a little bit later again. But for tonight, I thought it would be fun for us to talk about Scream 4. And this is the first time that I'm thinking, yeah, I really done a deep dive into Scream 4 here on a live stream for sure. So, again, you guys are a blast. We could do this. I could do this with you guys in the live chat all night long, but it's always fun to bring friends along and other folks who share the passion for us to talk about with you guys. So, tonight's no exception. I have a couple of guests that are going to be joining us. One of them is a first time guest who I'm going to introduce first. And she is actually my niece, who I often tell her I've known you since you were a picture on a sonogram. Okay, literally your entire life. So I've had the privilege of introducing her to Scream, and I literally have watched every Scream film with her, the entire TV series with her, and so it's really been some special moments. And she turned out to love it, and I was so happy that she's a Scream Queen. So I call her my Scream Queen in the family. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the amazing Kayla to the live stream. Hey, Kayla, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for
Hey,
having me.
you're so welcome. This is just a joy to have you on. This is so fun.
Yeah,
Been
I'm
looking forward to
excited.
this day. We've been talking about it for a while
A
about
long
doing
time.
this, and we finally have. But this isn't all, folks. I have another friend of the channel who you know real well, who is just a really great friend who I enjoy here visiting with every time. He never disappoints. He always delivers. You know him as Mr. Jack Stannis. Welcome back, Jack.
What's
Hey,
up, Kayla, Steven? It is an honor, everybody in the chat. How's it going?
it is. We're good. We're good. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know you guys were related. That's a beautiful little story. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. Yes, it
He's the
is.
Awesome.
best.
Oh.
Thank you. So yeah, this is going to be so much fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that the both of you really love Scream 4, so we're going to have a fun time. Oh, there it is, rocking the Blu-ray.
The
Yes.
Love
last
it.
film by the late and great Wes Craven.
Oh my gosh, dude, my voice
The
is already
best
cracking.
one.
Seriously, I know it's and there's so much we're going to get into, and we're going to talk about. Actually, going to talk about that as well a little bit later too. And yes, it is. It's his last film, and we're going to honor it tonight. We're going to celebrate it, kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
we did with Scream 3 on our live stream. It's going to be a celebration tonight, and I know that there's a lot of gripes that some folks have that are pretty standard for this movie that I hear pretty much. But you know what? Every movie has those things in them. At the end of the day, though, the sum total of its parts far outweigh any of the detractors in my book. And so tonight we're going to focus on what we love about this movie, and we're in our
Yeah.
favorite scenes, everything, right? So it's going to be a ton of fun. And I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. I see we got a lot of folks joining tonight. Always great to see you guys. And you know my disclaimer, and I have to say it every time, but it's true. I will definitely do my best tonight, if I can actually talk tonight. Goodness gracious, to to get to everybody tonight, to get to all your questions, all your comments. definitely going to try my best. But as you know, it never ever happens. It's just the way the nature of everything is. And we start talking over here, and and we just get engaged. So if you want to make sure that I see your comment and we get it on the screen, and we can, and when Kayla and Jack and I can talk about it, make sure you throw in a super chat. I'll see it. I'll get notified. But if I don't get to you tonight, don't take it personal. It's not targeted to you. It's just the nature of these live streams and how they flow. But what do I always say, Jack? The good news is if you don't get in tonight, there's always another live stream, right? There's
Oh
always
yeah.
another one. It's coming
Hmm.
around the corner. So um, anyway, and I do want to recognize some folks as well tonight. I'd like to recognize my amazing channel patrons. I want to say thank you guys so much for your support. Your monthly support is greatly appreciated. And for my channel members, guys, thank you all so much. Look at the growing list of channel members. It blows my mind every time I make an update because you guys are just, really demonstrating such generosity and support, and it means the world. And so if you're out there and you want to know how you can support this channel even more than you already are with watching it and being a subscriber, you can become a member as well. All you do is simply click the little join button. It's right by the subscribe button, and you'll have 3 different levels of membership you can choose from. And if you do, you'll get a really cool thing. Like you'll get a cool badge by your name when you leave a comment. And in the live chat, you'll see some green names here. Like I see one here. I see Valerie in the house. Thank you, Valerie. I see Jen. I see all these green names. Hey, Bearded's in the house. What's up, man? These are channel members, and so your name will turn green, and everyone will know you're a channel member. And it's a really fun thing. So, but what it really does for real, it really helps the channel. It helps me provide you more content like this, more live streams, more videos I can make for you guys. So, anyway, I have to say thank you. I truly appreciate it. Okay,
You better believe I'm becoming a member very shortly.
rock
Very
on.
shortly. I
Hey, thank you,
promise.
brother. Thank you, Jack. Hey, that's
Yeah,
awesome, man. I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
I just gotta figure out how to do it.
Well, absolutely. No worries, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, my man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you got it.
that. So got a lot of ladies and gentlemen here. I've already mentioned a couple. I see Denisha's in the house and Pluto. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Chris? Glad you can make it. What's up, Wayne? Wayne always have
I
something.
love this.
He's always got something piffy to say. If Craven was a bird, he'd be a Craven Raven.
I love that.
You might be right. What's up, Nate? What's up, Jaden? Mavericks in the house, another channel supporter. Appreciate you, brother, channel member. Scott, good to see you, man. And just scrolling here to see if I missed him. Hey, what's happening? I shot him 6 times. Or to say it appropriately, I shot him 6 times. How can you be Dr. Loomis, man? Come on,
Classic.
man. Donald
Classic.
Pleasance. Wow.
Woo, yeah.
So good. Oh my gosh.
The deep
Anyway.
fake was pretty good in Halloween Kills, though. The deep fake that they did, it was awesome,
Oh,
man.
it was so good.
Yeah, yeah,
It was so believable, man.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, wait a second. I know he's not alive. Like, I know he's
Yeah.
passed away,
yeah.
but it was legit. Like, it was
Jaw-dropping.
Really, really. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was in awe. I was like, this is incredible. Honestly, that whole 78 opening
Oh my
sequence of
God.
Halloween Kills, that made me, I love the movie. From that point,
Yeah.
it didn't matter what happened after that, and which I still like what happened after that, too.
Right.
But it wasn't it incredible? And
Oh, dude.
it wasn't spoiled for me. I didn't know that was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
we're starting in 78. I'm like, is this going to show like old footage? I'm like, oh no, this is new. I've never
Yeah.
seen this, but it looks just
Yeah.
like it, man.
Oh yeah, man. Isn't it awesome how like cinema is changing? How like 100 years from now you could make a sequel to a movie 100 years prior and just deep fake the cast? Isn't that nuts? Absolutely nuts.
Crazy.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They
What's
don't need
up,
them
Eric?
anymore.
Kayla's getting some love in the house.
Hello. Hello. I'm like, this is
Aw.
past my bedtime, you guys. I'm like trying to stay awake. I'm a teacher, so like I teach all day, and then I get home, I'm exhausted. So it's cool. I had to come on.
Oh, it's so cool. And James, I see you, James. James Kalia just became a new member. Thank you, James. Awesome. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. Really, I really do. All right, guys. There he is. There's James. I was trying to find the post. There you are. Thank you so much for being a channel member tonight. So awesome. And all right, guys. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but if I did, I do sincerely appreciate. Oh, Melissa, I see Melissa here. I missed you earlier, so hello, Melissa. Okay, all right, let's get into it. So, where do we want to begin? First of all, we want to begin by saying, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button on this video right now. It's gonna really help. Just when you thought we were gonna start, that does help the video for real. When it goes into replay mode, it really does help.
Yeah,
so I appreciate that. Helps other people find it. Okay, now let's start off with how we end Scream 3. Why don't we start way back? Okay, we're gonna, guys in the chat, I think we're gonna be here for at least an hour and a half tonight, maybe 2 hours tops, somewhere in there. We're in no rush, so Kayla's staying up very late on a school night.
I am.
And it's a late night for all you guys out there. I know this is the middle of the week, work night, school night. Appreciate all you hanging with us, but yeah, we're in no rush. Is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna enjoy it, take our time, and if we don't get to everything, hey, we'll do a second version, part 2. No big deal. All right, so let's start back to the beginning. Scream 3 ends. Right, we see this amazing scene with Kincaid. And Sydney's in the house with Gail and Dewey. They got popcorn. They're going to watch a movie. The door opens and she looks to go close it. Remember, she stops and she just has this such a peaceful look over her.
The wind chimes.
The wind chimes.
Yeah.
Yes, she's a total peace. She's not afraid. It's over.
Yeah,
and that's where it ends. And unfortunately, it ended for quite a long time. That was in 2000, right?
Yeah. Little does she know.
Little does she know.
Poor Sydney.
That's right. So 11 years later, we get the amazing news. No thanks to the Weinsteins and Dimension, because I didn't even hear about the movie coming out, but which was a horror show on itself. But anyway, so the movie's in theaters. I find out about it when it's actually in theaters already.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know it was coming out. No.
Oh my God.
Well, that was like me too. I saw she was on Ellen, Nev, and I was like 12 years old, and I was like, "What? Scream 4?" I said, "I love this trilogy. How could I not know?" Yeah, I know what you mean. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. So, anyway, we get to Scream 4, and we have this incredible opening. So I want to ask each of you. First of all, I want to say, Kayla, you want to share a hot take about where you rank Scream 4.
Oh my gosh.
In the franchise. So where do you rank Scream 4 for everyone who's watching?
Scream 4 is my top 1. I love Scream. I'm telling you, better than the original. But
nice.
I had this conversation before. I think it's because I related to it better, because when it came out, I was just graduating high school, the pop culture. Even the people acting in it, like that opening scene, first of all, love how it's like double take after double. Like,
oh my God, me too.
I love it.
Yes.
And one of the first ones is Lucy Hale. And I immediately was like, oh my gosh, because at that time she was playing in Pretty Little Liars, which was at its prime.
Yes.
And my amazing uncle who sat through the whole TV series, y'all. And if you watch that entire TV series, you know it was a train wreck. But, so just seeing, and then Hayden Panettiere was in it. She was in all the Bring It On movies. So I just liked the actors and actresses more in Scream 4 and just related to it a whole lot better. Yeah. So for me, I just connected it with it better. But it's my favorite.
That's awesome. Hey, I love it. I love it. And, a lot of people, well, you know what? I'm going to hold that. Jack, tell me, how do you rank? I'm going to get there. I do have a question I want to ask both of you.
Yeah.
But Jack, tell me about where do you rank Scream 4 in your rankings right now?
So for me, obviously Scream is first, and then tied for second is Scream 5 and Scream 4. Depending on the day, it just kind of fluctuates back and forth for me. But I can quote the Scream 4 has such memorable scenes and slices of dialogue in it. There it is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Every time I watch that movie, I feel like I'm in the theater watching it again. I love it so much.
Isn't that picture of Ghostface the absolute best image of the
It's
poster?
so awesome.
Yeah. I have the soundtrack on vinyl. I'll bring it out next stream, Steven. I got the vinyl record of it, dude. I was spinning it the other day. Yeah, it's an awesome photo of Ghostface.
That is incredible.
Yeah, cool.
You gotta bust the vinyl.
I'll bring it out. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay, fair enough. And for me, where I rank Scream 4, I've ranked it as my second favorite of the franchise for quite a long time. quite a long time. And so Scream '96 to me is basically a perfect movie.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just it is so perfectly done, acted, constructed, paced, filmed. I mean, it's a Wes Craven's brilliance on 10. It's just phenomenal. So
Right.
I love all the movies though. I mean, I love them all. And don't get me wrong, but yeah, for me, '96 is just one that everyone else is just falling in the shadows of it.
Mhm.
However, that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means to
Right.
me it's untouchable.
Right.
But
Well,
Scream
and you got to
4,
see that one. You got to see that one in theaters
Oh,
I
when it
did.
came
I
I
know.
out.
saw them all. So I've seen
So
every one of
like,
them opening weekend. Every one of
That's
them.
awesome.
definitely
Yes.
holds a special place in your heart.
It,
Yeah.
it does. It truly does. And yeah, when I saw that in the movie theaters, and they were picking up brain matter on the walls from my head when it exploded after that thing was over. Because
Yeah.
for days,
Whatever.
for days. Uh,
Oh man.
but yeah, Scream 4, I think I still have as my second favorite right now. Now I always say that this ranking can change literally tomorrow. I could wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? I'm gonna slide two. I'm gonna put two up to number two, or I'm gonna move 3 up. Or I'm gonna move 5 up a couple of notches, whatever. But right now, it's been holding for like since last August. I still hold it at number 2. So I guess it's got staying power, as they say.
Mm.
So okay, here's my question now. This opening for Scream 4, it's a bit controversial
Mhm.
depending on who you
Mhm.
talk to. I see a lot of folks in the fandom that do not like the opening of Scream 4. They don't like the multiple, openings, fake openings. And what I hear a lot is that by the time we get to the real opening, it's kind of like they're kind of over it. I personally never felt that sentiment. I want to ask,
Mhm.
how do you feel about the openings, just specifically? I know we touched on it a second ago, but Kayla, what is it about that opening that you love? Like, what is it that you enjoy so much about it?
I just think, and I've always thought this about Wes, but I like how he plays you. He knows
Yes.
in a Scream movie you're always expecting that kind of opening. We saw it with Scream One with Drew Barrymore, and then they had the stab opening. So when I go into a Scream movie, I'm already expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I kind of thought the sequence did go a little long, I liked it because after the first one, I was like, here comes the real kill. And when it didn't come, I was like, okay. And then I found it comical because he knows and he's playing with you. So I actually really enjoyed it. I loved it.
You can see everything coming.
And he plays with you like that. Even the
Yeah.
lines, like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack, what about you, man? What
I
did you love about that opening, man?
I think for it being the fourth entry in a series, especially one that, if you kept doing the same formula, could get repetitive after a while. I thought it was just it was such a Wes Craven move to throw something that brilliant in there. I did feel when like the third and actual opening kill came on that I
Mm-hmm.
was a bit detached. Like I was more in the comical side of it because I was like, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
really funny. But I mean, never
Yeah.
once did I ever say that I disliked it. I thought that if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it in Scream 4. Like it was original, it was new. Um, and like I remember being in the theater and everybody was like shocked. They were like, "Oh, what? Stab 6, stab 7, what's next? Stab 8?" Um,
Right. How many
yeah,
are there? We didn't know at that
yeah,
time, right?
yeah. And those two, like stab 6, and then those two openings, the false openings, they were awesome. I mean, they just were
Absolutely.
constructed so well. So I have no real problem with it.
Yes.
It's all fun and games.
Yes, it is, man. I absolutely had no problem with it as well. And when that first one came through, Stab 6, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wild, man.
Yeah, yeah,
And then here's Kristen Bell now,
yeah.
Yes.
Anna
she's
Paquin,
with the. Wait, tell me,
Anna,
Jack.
Anna Paquin.
Anna
I think I'm.
Paquin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I think I'm
that's right.
pronouncing it right. Yeah,
Uh, Close enough. I'll take it.
yeah.
I'll click it. So yeah, there. And then I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, well, maybe Kristen Bell is going to be the opening kill. Maybe Ghostface is going to. No, that's another fake out. And I personally was just jazzed because I didn't know what was going to happen next. I have
Yeah.
no idea. Is this, and like you said, Jack, is this the real one? Or is this not the real one now? And I don't know. Do I trust it? Do I not trust it?
Mhm,
So I personally thought it was great. I have
mhm.
no problems with the opening of 4 whatsoever. And it's okay if you don't like it. It's all cool. It's all good. But
Mhm.
as for the three of us tonight, I think we're all in agreement. That was
Yeah.
Oh
a great
yeah.
opening. That was a
But
great
you know what
opening.
it does? It the scene with Jenny and Marnie, which are the real opening kills, talking about the movies and how they live in Woodsboro and how it basically is building this town now and put it on the map. It just fuels the plot line for the rest of the movie, bringing in the stab movies because, when you get to the killer's motives, which we'll get to,
Yes.
it's all about, filming the murders and creating a stab movie themselves. So like it may seem like it was kind of pointlessly thrown in there, but it does come into play in the end. These stab movies are so important in Scream 4, in the universe, Scream saga in general, but in this movie particularly. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Jen's saying she's having a hard time hearing me. Anybody else having any issues hearing me? Let me know. I've got my mic up as loud as it'll go. I've been having some issues off and on with this lately. I don't know what the deal is, but I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just give me a just shoot me a little quick chat. Some in the chat saying you can hear me okay.
Or
You
just smash
guys,
the thumbs up button.
yeah, smash the thumbs up button again. Carrie says she can hear me. Okay, good. All right, good. All right.
sweet.
Okay, great. Because I mean, let's face it. I love talking, but talking to myself is no fun. So anyway, yeah, I know, cheesy. I know. It's like, oh my gosh, it's all good.
Here they go.
All right. So we get the opening, and then we get into it, and then we find out that we kind of right up front we see fairly early on we see Judy
Oh.
Hicks and we see
Oh,
Dewey,
no.
which is really sad because they're both deceased now,
Yeah.
which I didn't really think about that until right now when I looked at this picture. But they're
You're
taking
not cheating
down.
on your wife if you eat my lemon squares.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're not
Can't
cheating on
stand
my
Judy.
man.
She's the one character that drives me nuts.
Oh, I was
love
okay
her.
with Judy.
She has
She-
crazy eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
she does have the crazy eyes. Oh,
Yeah.
she absolutely. And she even here, she's got the crazy eyes, even
Yeah.
in this shot. But yeah, so we see him taking down all those ghost face, images, the costumes. People put the mask up. Remember, on the town lights, and so. Which, by the way, I want to throw a plug to my bro in the Lethal Collective, Killjoy Jake. Jake, he just posted a video of Scream 4 filming locations, and he actually went to the street where the bookstore's at, where the book signing is,
Oh,
where Sydney goes in,
yeah.
and all the light poles that they'd hung those ghost face puppet things on, whatever they were, the mask, they're all still there. And
Oh,
so
that's cool.
it's so cool. So you guys need to go after this live stream's over. Go check out Jake's Killjoy Jake, and you'll see it. It's up there, right on front on his page, and you can actually see the light posts that are all there. They're still there, just like they looked in the movie. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, we see them out here at the beginning, and we get things rolling, and then we have Sydney coming back to town for her book tour, Out of Darkness. We're talking about being a survivor when she's always been a fighter, right? Always a survivor. And now she's overcome it, and then what happens? Well, she overcame the darkness, but the darkness found its way back.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. And this is the
Great shot.
Isn't that a great panoramic
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
shot? And
Dewey looking all tough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at Dewey. Man, he's intimidating right there, man. The shades and that.
Oh, I love
You
him.
know? So yeah, so we have this shot where the trunk's opened up, and there's the phone ringing and the bloody knife, and now it's all starting again.
Mhm.
And so what were your guys' thoughts? I mean, 'cause they get it going pretty quick. Gail's there, at the bookstore. And remember, so what did you guys feel about their first time? Jack, I'll start with you this time and go reverse. So Jack, when you saw Gail walk into the bookstore when Nev was reading, and they have that first moment where they engage and they make eye contact, how did you feel after all those 11 years later since they've been together on screen?
Well, for me, I had just seen the movies like a couple years prior, but for you guys who had to wait, I mean, I could imagine it being so, just like it was in this new fifth movie, it was just so awesome. Awesome would be the word. And just to see them, and seeing Gail in her position in life right now where she somewhat has lost she's having a bit of writer's block, and she sees that Sydney is now the one that's on top and is now the successful one. And is getting the attention. And when Gail walks in and she says, I didn't have a chance to read it yet, you could just tell in the way that she says it that she's happy for Sydney, but she also is like, for herself, she feels stuck. And I think that that embrace that they have with each other, it's like an interesting take because like you'd think Sydney greets her with this warmth and Gail greets her with this warmth, but is trying not to be so warm because she's a little, hard around the edges. I mean, I could imagine when I get writer's block, I mean, you can't even talk to me. I am like in my own little world. And then when Dewey walks in and oh, there she is.
You said writer's block, and I had to put it up. I don't know what to effing say.
Yeah.
She's typing on the computer.
I love that. And then when Dewey pulls up really quickly, I kind of like how Scream 4 jumps right into the action.
It does.
And then when you pulled up that photo of them with the car, I could hear the music, the boom, 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 ba ba da bum, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? That score, yeah. And it just like it adds to the severity of the situation with Dewey just coming in and it's like, I'm so sorry. Right now, we got to take care of this. And then Judy and all the cop cars speed up. It like that interaction between Gail and Sydney was like the perfect little thing to kind of introduce us back into the world. And then all of a sudden chaos ensues, So I liked it. I felt like the reunion between Gail and Sydney in 5 was much more, under the circumstances, obviously, was much more embracing.
Yes.
But it was awesome. It was awesome. I think for the tone of that movie, it was perfect. So
yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Kayla, how about you? How'd you feel about that first time Gail and Sydney are together again?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like Jack. For me, I didn't have to wait as long because I hopped on the train later. So you and we just binged them in order. Yep. So I'm more like Jack too. For me, that reunion in 5 was cooler because I had to wait longer to see it.
Yeah.
But it was still seeing them all back together. And I felt, in the other movies, I wasn't as fond of Gail. I really didn't like her character as much. But in 4, I really start to feel for her because, like Jack was saying, she's gone from on top and now she's small town living. She's not able to write a book. Dewey's the sheriff. You got Judy, who, let's not even go there. And she's kind of just like lost in her own world. So in that moment, like he was saying, they hug. But I feel for her because you can tell she wants to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, she doesn't really know who she is anymore, in my opinion, at that point, because she's kind of lost her purpose, in my opinion. Because she's not news anchoring anymore. She's trying to be successful, but she's stuck. So
let me know when you're back on Team Gail.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? And it's true. She's up for the big time stuff. Living this small town life is the slower pace. It's just not who Gail Weathers is, as we and who she was, and
that's why we love her. That's what makes her her.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like just the opposite in 5. It's interesting how they inverted that because in 5 we have Dewey that goes to New York in the big city, which is totally opposite of his speed, and he makes it too much. He can't take that. So they totally like flipped the coin in 5, which I thought was
shocking,
kind of cool.
Yeah. I expected she was the one that ran off, but when I found out it was the opposite, I was like, "What a great twist! Great twist! Yeah, beautiful."
It's like she can't make it here. I couldn't make it there. There was like there's no middle. There's no. If they could just find somewhere in between the two, places to live to be. Hey JoJo. JoJo says, first time catching your live stream. How are you guys and guys? Well, welcome. We're doing good. Thank you.
Thanks,
Glad to have
JoJo.
you here. Yeah.
Hey.
Hope you enjoy it. Looking forward to you being here, man. Feel free to comment. So then we move past this and we start getting into our characters, and the one character that always seems to be talked about, I think, probably more than any usually, is someone who we found out who many thought, which not me, but many thought died in the film, but knowing Wes Craven's canon, right? He was very clear that this person was going to return if he had been able to make his trilogy, which that was the plan. And but thankfully, Radio Silence, being the fans they are, and Guy and James, they understood that. and we found out that our good friend, which I know some people who's their most favorite character of the new characters, Kirby, is her
I
name. You
love
know what I'm talking
her.
about. There she is. And we've touched on her a little bit. Kayla, I know you. Oh, I see something flashing here. What you got, Jack? Show us again, Jack. Ah, there she
Yeah.
Yay!
is.
She even made
Get
the
it,
front
Kirby.
cover. She
She
made the front
did.
cover.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And so there's a lot of great characters in here. So tell me about characters for as far as the new characters. Now we can talk about the OG in a little bit again, but we've got Kirby, right? We've got Jill, we've got Charlie, we've got Robbie. You know, these are, and you got Trevor, which I guess you would consider him a central character, even though he wasn't in a lot of scenes, but he was in there, right? You have these are your kind of your newbies that you're real kind of focused on the most. So tell me what do you guys think, Kayla? Did you have any favorites of these new cast members that we met?
I personally love Kirby. I like that she's spunky and kind of sarcastic, and she does her own thing, in my opinion. And you can really see that, like, when they're in the bedroom before the Olivia kill, and they're watching. There
Right
she
there.
is. Yep. And they're watching. What was it? Like Dawn of the Dead. I can't
Shaun of the
remember
Dead.
now.
Dawn of the
the
Dead,
Dead.
yeah.
There it was. They're watching, and Trevor calls, but we all know it's not Trevor, and she's just shooting him attitude. And I love that about her. Like, she's not afraid to stand up for herself, and it just, I think her kill was one of the ones that bothered me the most when it happened, because I really didn't want her to die, and we made it to the final act, and I was like, she's gonna make it out, and then I couldn't do it. So I love her. And then Jill, I personally think that Jill was the best Ghostface. I know you disagree. We've had that conversation. But to
I think
me,
highly of her, though. Yeah, I definitely think she's one. Well, I'll tell you in a minute, but go ahead. Yeah, I think
I
she's
just think
really good.
she's like psychotic, like,
Oh, she's a
and
nut
flips
job.
the switch.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love
Terrifying.
that about her.
Yeah.
And it almost reminds me of in the new movie when Sam, I can't remember her name, Tara, Sam.
Tara
I
and
can't
Sam?
keep them straight, y'all. It's too late. Yeah. You know, when she goes off the deep end, Sam, and she's like killing him at the end, that flip switch, that's what it
Yes.
reminded me of Jill. Like Jill at the end of 4, when she comes out as Ghostface and she's like, I'm making my movie, and she just starts stabbing herself. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gone off a rocker.
That was terrifying. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
same kind of thing. Like,
That's a hot pick right there, man.
I wish I could do the whistle. I can't whistle though.
I can't either, man. I'm terrible at whistling.
We need some sound
Look at
effects
that.
in here.
Look at
Oh man.
wipe it off.
Man. I think she likes it too much, man. I don't think she wants it
Yeah.
off. I
Yeah.
don't keep it on.
She like both of them. They just have like this psychotic edge to them, and I'm like, oh man, you
Yeah.
got it.
Look at that.
Man.
The loathing.
That was so
Kirby
good.
and Jill of the new ones are my top 2 favorites.
Yeah, so basically right there's your
There we
The
go.
main
right one
2.
shot together.
That's right.
Nice. Jack, how about you, man? Of all the new characters, man. Who were your favorites?
I love Kirby, and I've made that very clear to so many people. I think that, I mean, we had Randy's little cameo in Scream 3, but I think what Scream 3 was lacking was that Randy-esque character.
Yes.
And there is no other actress that I could see portraying Kirby the way that Hayden did. I mean, she is the perfect blend. Charlie was kind of like the movie geeky guy. She was more of like the cool girl. She
Yes.
knows her stuff. Like, what an awesome take on it. Charlie reminded me more of that geeky Randy character, but to have Kirby being just as knowledgeable with more of that modern spunk to her and really
Yes.
just fiery. I've always loved fiery, sarcastic characters. And I thought that she just played it so well, Hayden. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
being in the theater and like my cousin and I were just talking like, oh, Kirby's awesome. Kirby's awesome. And I was so sad to see that she got killed off at the
Yeah.
end. Because I thought she was going to be one of the final girls. Like Randy was at the end of Scream
Yes.
1. You know, I thought she was going to jump in and save the day.
Yep.
I love Judy Hicks, obviously. You know, I think she
Yes.
was a
No, Jack.
great addition. I know.
I
No.
think
I know,
I love her
but-
too, man. I love her
Yeah.
too.
But Oh my god, look at her. She's just a golden. I'm so glad that Wes and they like. I'm glad they added her character in the fourth movie because she's just such a great addition to this saga. She really is, you know, and I wish she survived past 5, but I mean, her role in 4 was just awesome as an awesome side character.
Yep.
And then Kayla, I'm gonna agree with you. Carrie's gonna get a little bit mad at me, but I love Jill's character. I mean, she at the end of that movie, and she is just, oh my god, look at that!
Yes, she's psychotic.
Woo! She's nuts, and you know, and then when she's beating herself up and she throws herself, that's terrifying. And then in the hospital where she like jumps on top of Sid and she's like, "Won't you just die already?" You know, she was nuts, nuts, like absolutely. You see Emma Roberts played that character so well because you look at her, you see it in her eyes, and you question like, oh my gosh, is Emma Roberts really nuts in real life? You know, she really like this. She played it like it was second nature. It was terrifying. So those are my top 3. My top 3. I loved them.
And somebody in the chat just said literally what I was thinking. You've got to be crazy to kill your own mom. Like, let's think about that. Like, she took her out before she took everybody else out. Like,
well, and the comment she made too, which is like, I even had to kill my own mom just to be like you, just to match you. And it was like, you know, it was like just collateral damage. Oh well, you know, no big loss there. She said. That's what she said after that.
Yeah.
She's no big loss there.
I'll take my losses. It's fine.
Carrie says she's like she can't. She's like, I can't stand her. I can't stand her either, but in the best way possible.
That's
you know
what
I mean? Yeah.
Right.
You want Sydney to get revenge on Jill. Like you are begging for it. Just like when Sam takes out Richie, you know, but like in a good way. You're like, wow, she played that role so well that you actually like want to see this character's demise, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was so. I remember watching, and when you think about how absolutely you know what crazy Jill is at the end, when you realize all the manipulation she's done, everything she's done to this whole movie has been just her on a chessboard moving human beings around to fit her plan. Everybody.
She started to believe her own lies, she said. Like, I told so many lies, I started to believe them.
I started to believe them myself. And and when she went and had Trevor's hand and pulls her hair out, scratches her face, and then she goes in with the knife and she runs into it with her shoulder into the wall. And I'm like, this is depravity, man. It's like this is absolute depravity on display. And then, you know, jumping on the table. Everything, all the stuff that we see her do, it was the most brutal. It was honestly, she is my second. Well, I'll say third. She is my most favorite ghost face after Billy and Stu.
Yeah.
Hands down. Yeah. Hands down. There's a lot. They're all good, but she is my most favorite. I think she's the most brutal ghost face since
100%
that we've seen. You know, the manipulation factor, it rivals Billy. Because I think, you know, it's on par with Billy with, you know, Sydney and her mom. That's totally messed up. But she's my second favorite. My first favorite after she's my third favorite because Billy and Stu are in the same movie. But yeah, she's my third favorite and my most favorite after the first two.
Was it Marco Beltrami's score in that scene? Was every time I watch that scene, I'm like on the edge of my seat because dum bum bum bum. You know, it's like, whoa, what the heck? You know, nuts,
so
nuts.
And I have to say, on a side note, since you brought that up, Jack, I don't have a problem with. I think it was Brian Tyler, I believe, did the music on 5.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the score 5, so I don't like. It's not that I don't like it, but I really wish Beltrami had done that film because the score of 5
so memorable.
So different.
I know.
It's just not. And again, I know they're probably wanting to try to start making it different a little bit, but that Beltrami's scores were they're amazing, man. They're just so good. You know, and you remember when Sydney walks into Stu's house in 5, the first time she enters the door, we get about 30 seconds of Sydney's theme.
Yeah.
Do you remember that when she walks in?
Sydney's Lament or something like that?
Sydney's Lament. I can't use it.
I know what you mean.
But, you know, it's that little. it's that theme, and it gave me chill bumps in the theater
Oh,
because I'm like,
dude. Yeah.
this is like Scream. Now that is in that moment, I felt like I'm getting them right now. I felt
Yeah.
like I was in '96 again. I was felt
Yeah.
like I was in Scream
Mhm.
2 again,
Yeah.
3 again, and I missed those moments. There were really only
Yes.
2 moments. It was that and Red Right Hand were the 2 moments that I had that feeling back. And I know he didn't write Red Right Hand, but
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
iconic to the film. But
You know
yeah,
what Brian did good? Brian did good at right after Dewey died. There's like that operatic,
it
like
is. Yes.
and if you listen to the soundtrack, it's the first track on listed on it.
Hmm.
That was beautiful. But other than
Was.
that, nothing else.
Yeah.
Like I remember every scene in 1 through 4. I know exactly what score is about to come on
Hmm.
because I've seen them so many times, and
Yes.
I got permission to use them in my fan films, so that
That's
helped a
right.
lot, obviously. But
Absolutely.
for me, there was nothing really score wise that like I'll be like that was from Scream 5. You know, I have to see it more times,
Sure.
but
Mhm.
I know totally what you mean, Stephen.
Yeah, and I remembered another moment in the movie that this wasn't Beltrami, but
Yeah.
it was Dewey's theme when they brought
Oh.
the Broken Arrow back
Yeah.
from Scream 2, the same
Yeah.
song, and I'm like, that's like I was like, good on you, Radio Silence.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for Scream 4, yeah, the music was great. It was fantastic. It was Beltrami nailed it on every film. And before we get any further, I'm trying to catch up on the chat, guys. I'm
Yeah,
running
yeah.
behind, and I told you guys at the beginning it was going to happen. So you guys know how this goes. It just happens. However, I do see the very first, and I may have missed one earlier, but I found the first one that I see. Jen's in the house. Hey, Jen, and oh boy, guys, okay.
He's coming back.
We know what's going on. Look at Jack. He's getting ready. We
yeah.
know what's going to happen now.
Oh, you know.
Anytime every time I see the very first Stu name or hashtag in every live stream, the first time, something magical happens. Something glorious happens. And if you listen real close, listen. I'm going to talk real soft, okay? Turn your volume up. If you listen real close, you're going to hear this sound. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Chugga, chugga, chugga. And it gets closer, and it gets closer, and it gets closer, and it gets closer until bam, baby! The train
The
is
Stu
in.
train.
It's here, baby. The train has showed up at the station.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Stu train is never late,
Oh.
man. It is always here. It's always on time. And I've always got seats available. I have seats available. Not only that, I literally, right now, I have tickets available for the Stu train. Look at here. For a $5 super chat right now, you can do a $5 super chat and I will get you your very own, right there, your own Stu train for the train that's going to be rolling, baby. It's coming. It's going to be coming like thunder down the tracks. And right now, tickets are for sale. Be sure you've got your ticket. I will literally email it to you after the live stream if you want to get a ticket. So, anyway, $5 super
see
chat. Let's do it. What do we got?
You mean to tell me that's not Stu right there? Come on. Come on.
There
Come
we
on.
go.
There he is. There he is.
I'm telling you right now. We could
He's
easily.
coming back.
Oh, he's coming back, and we
He's
can
going
we
to
can
be.
hijack this whole live stream and just go right to a Stu
Oh, yeah.
stream right now.
We
Heartbeat.
should.
It's so easy to do. I mean, come on, get it up, man. I mean, look at that. Come on.
Stu
Ah.
is coming.
Yeah.
Isn't that just? Oh my gosh! Come on,
I
man.
can't wait for the live stream after it's revealed that he's back. That'll be a fun
Right?
live stream.
Let
Oh
me tell
yeah.
you what, ladies and gentlemen, oh man,
I'll be
you got to
here.
be here for that. That's one to put on the calendar. That's
Yeah.
gonna be like epic. Like it'll be a 4-hour live stream. I'll have like 30 guests on. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
But seriously, the Stu train is back, and I have to say, so thank you, Jen, for getting the train rolling. It's been purring
Yes.
in the back, and so I appreciate you bringing it out a little bit.
Oh,
So I have to say, okay, Jen, look at there. Jen says, "Look, let's
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going until we get the." Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
Send this
and,
link to Matt and Tyler. Tag them. Come on, send it out. Send it out to Radio Silence.
seriously,
Yeah.
yes, guys, for real. Stu never got a last score, but he will. Yes, he will get his last
Oh,
scare,
yeah.
Maverick. You're
Okay.
absolutely right. I'm telling you guys, and no joke, Guy Busick is a huge Stu Macher fan.
Mhm.
He's one of the writers of Scream 5 and 6. He really loves Stu. I'm telling you, he's teetering. These guys are close. If you guys will hit their social media, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. Just look them up. You'll see them there, and just start tagging them in messages for Stu to come back. They actually read their messages. We have heard from them. They do watch. They look at their Twitter feeds, and so I'm telling you, anything's possible. And I think and again, I mean, I could turn it, man.
They took that photo out for a reason. That crime scene photo, they took it out for a reason. They would have kept it otherwise. Yeah, they know.
Absolutely, they do. And I'll tell you something. And guys, let's see. You always make my night, guys. Hit me up with your best Stu hashtags. Just start loading up the chat with your favorite Stu Train or Stu Mocker hashtag. Let's get it going. Let's get this train rolling, because you guys are the passengers. You got your tickets. You know what's up. I am your conductor of the Stu Train. Now, real quick, let me see here. Let me find you.
We need Stu back, because we need a better killer. I'm sorry, we're not talking Scream 5 tonight, but yes, I was disappointed with our killers in Scream 5.
Hey, so, I respect that. Jen says
to come on back.
Jen says, I've got my ticket. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do, Jen. You know what? Jen knows what's up. She's got her ticket. She's ready to go. Hey, real quick, we got a $5 super chat from Nate. Stu is alive. Okay, for all those out there who are doubting it, I'm going to repeat Nate's words again. Stu is still alive. Also, I'm the first person that I know of that was not a huge Kirby fan. Okay, that's fair. That's all right. Love the content, though. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, we all have our favorites, man. We all do. There's certain characters we identify with. Oh, and by the way, thank you for the $5 super chat, Nate. Very much appreciated. And if you want to get a Stu ticket, just hit me up on social media. I'll try to find you, or you can find me, and I'll get that to you. But thank you so much for your support, Nate. Big help to the channel. But I was just going to say, we all have different characters that we identify with, right? All of us do. And some of us like some characters more than others, and that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about it, is that, and we all, it's like any type of art or music or any of these other things. You can buy an album that has 10 songs on it, and you may have, Jack, 3 songs you love. Kayla, you have 2 others that you really like the most, and I may have 1 or 2 that are different, and it's the same album. It's all right. It's the same music. It's just different. So that's all good. No worries, man. It's all good. All right, so that's all right, Richard. All aboard the Stu Train, baby. And should we just take a second here? I'm trying to catch up on the chat to make sure. Carrie. Hey, Carrie, how you doing, by the way? I don't think I've said hi to you yet. I love it. Stupendous Stu. Yes. So good. Oh, Jen. I just saw this. Jen says, I sent them. I'm assuming you mean it's radio silence. I sent them a pic of the ticket. I love
that.
Tell them, Jen. Okay. You need to hop on the train.
All right, Jen, you just sparked you just sparked something in me. So, okay, for everybody who has a Stu Train ticket right now, and those of you who don't, just hit me with the $5 super chat. I'll email it to you. But if you have one, do me a favor, and I'm going to do it myself as well. Let's go on to our Twitters and Instagrams after the live stream. Let's create a post of the ticket, and let's include Matt Benelli Open, Tyler Gillett, Chad Villanueva. Sorry, I butchered his last name. All the Radio Silence guys, Guy Busick, James Vanderbilt. Tag all of them. Oh, and tag Matthew Lillard, because he's on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter.
He'll love it.
He will love it. Do me a favor. Do that tonight. And tag me, because I want to see all of your posts, and I want to jump on and give you support on your post to them. I would love it if you guys are up for that tonight. I think it'd be so much fun. Let's do it.
Blow up Twitter. Let's do it.
Dude, imagine like a Laurie Strode Michael type Sydney and Stu final showdown. How epic that would be. I'd probably drop my popcorn all over the theater.
You know what? And it's funny you say that, Jack, because David Scrooge is typing in our hair and said the same thing.
Oh, did he really?
So epic. Yeah, I just popped it up. You didn't even know that. I just popped it up what you were saying.
Look at that.
Amazing.
Good minds think alike. Yep.
Yes, they do. Could you imagine that for real? Like, seriously,
dude.
guys?
Oh, 100%.
I have said it many times. I mean, I think if I look up and the mask comes off and it's Stu freaking Mocker, I believe that my head in some way will turn Exorcist style.
Like, whoa, yeah!
I would jump up. Like you and I, we would jump up together. That'd be like so
oh
crazy.
man.
That's right. And here's a good point. John brings up a good point. And before we get back to Scream 4, because guys, I know we're going to get back. You're probably thinking, what are y'all doing?
I know.
Right? We went on the stew train.
I know. The stew train, man. I'm telling you, I'm the conductor. I can't help it. It's my thing.
Comes out of you.
It comes out of me. It's organic, man. So John brings up a good point here, and maybe this is the time we address this. I posted a video. Literally, I stayed up last night to post it at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I wanted to get it out as quickly as possible. So I want to mention it now. You guys here, if you haven't seen it, it's on my channel now. You can see it after the video's over. But basically I think the title of the video is Proof That Stu is Dead. I think it's the title of the video, something like that. You'll see it. And the bottom line of the video is I go into great detail. I'll give you 6 reasons why that is not Stu, that Stu is not dead. And there are more than that, but I just give you 6. But I'll have to show it. I did upload the picture for tonight real quick. We won't spend a lot of time on this because this is a Scream 4 stream.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Now,
it's a whatever we want kind of stream right here.
That's not Stu. That is not my Stu.
No.
Look at that.
No.
Come on, man.
No way.
That's like a joke.
It's a joke. You know, and when I saw this image, like literally the first thing, no joke, I was sitting there and Bearded Entertainment was the first person to blow up my Instagram and tell me about this, and because I didn't even know about it at the time, and I was looking at it, and I said, oh man, and the first thing I thought of is the metallic mask in Scream 5. This is stab footage. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Whoa.
I said, this is from Stab. That's what this is, man. This is a Stab scene that was not included in the movie.
Oh, man.
That's what I thought, because I'm like, because it's close enough to look kind of like Lillard, but it's so different. It's so obviously not him.
Even his body, the body looks weird too. Yeah.
Yes, the body's wrong. The arms are wrong. The arms are above his head in the movie. The pants are wrong. The shoes are wrong. Even the there's an opening. There's a wound rather right almost dead center, and it's not even here in this shot. It's not, the wound's not even there. So it's completely not him at all. It's a staged, phony staged thing. So my thought was, what if it's stab footage?
That makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the scene yet because I'm waiting for my Blu-ray. But it could be. Let's see here real quick. Here we go. Hey, I shot him 6 times. Hey, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Hashtag Stu lives. Hashtag True Train. Stu Train. Full speed ahead. Usain Bolt couldn't even catch this train. Yes. Stu killed Dewey 100%. Hey,
that would actually be pretty good. And I hated that Stewie died, and you heard me shout the F-bomb in the theater. That definitely happened.
Yes,
but
you did.
I mean, if anybody's going to kill him, I feel like it would have had to have been Stu. That's a personal connection. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
And the way they gut him. I'm sorry. Like, tiny, huh?
Absolutely. No, I hear you. It makes sense. And as you're saying here in the chat, hashtag today. Remember today. I'm like, oh yeah. And then hashtag it's an honor. These words hold weight. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. That's 100% with you. And I want to give props to Jen Warner here in the chat, because Jen was the first that I heard that approached me with the theory, that said, hey, I got this idea. And she shared it with me. This is long after the movie came out. And I absolutely thought it was brilliant. And it really got my motors running. I started thinking about it a lot. And I'm like, because I kept thinking he was just the mastermind. But how amazing is it if he's the mastermind? He's the one on the phone most of the time. But he also is the one that killed Dewey, who he first tried to kill in '96 and was unsuccessful. He finished the job, sadly, in 5, and it's an honor to finally finish what I started. I mean, woo, man, I'm telling you, it makes sense.
Each of these films, every film has its flaws, and we'll get back to Scream 4, but Charlie and Jill, they're very short as people, but in that scene with Dewey, Ghostface is towering. I mean, he is like a giant monster in that scene, and to say that was Jill, for some reason, I cannot look past that. You know what I mean? So they have a way to fix it, and that would be the way to do it. That would be it. Yep, that's it.
Yes.
And that's why we should write the movie right here.
Yeah.
Jack, you've got it. You just need to go write for him.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, man. I tell you what. Yeah. Carrie says, Fate says, "What are you doing?" Like Fate, what are you doing? Yeah. So you know, absolutely, it is. It's exciting, and you know, I what was I saying the other day? I was like, man, because I think Jack, Jack, you were here for the Stu live stream. Remember?
Yeah.
That we did. That was just Stu. Nothing but Stu talk all night. And it was so fun. It was absolutely fun.
Yeah.
And I think everyone enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the chat. I got a lot of feedback. You guys liked it as well in the chat. So real quick, because I'm catching up on the chat now, finally, catching up here to where we're being current now. If you would be interested in me hosting another Stu type of stream, which actually after this picture came out, man, it crossed my mind.
You gotta do another one.
Do it.
Maybe I should just do another stream and say, let's dismantle this picture on live stream and knock this out. So if you guys would be interested in doing it, I don't want to do it if I'm the only one that's having a good time. And so if you guys in the live chat that are here, you got like 35 of you guys are here, which is amazing. Thank you. On a work night, on a school night, middle of the week, not even a weekend. Thank you guys. If you guys are interested in doing that again, if y'all had fun last time, or if you missed it and you're like, hey, I want to be on the next one. I didn't see the last one. Just hit me right now in the chat and just say yes, Green 2.0 or Stu 2.0 rather, whatever. Let me know. All right, got another super chat just came in right now from Carrie Crave Cinema. Oh, hey, Carrie. Carrie's awesome. Carrie is such a faithful friend of the channel. What a great supporter, Carrie. And Carrie, by the way, just so I give proper credit here where credit is due, those of you who buy your Stu Train tickets, you'll see her at the bottom because she created, not her. That's a whole different kind of creation. We're not talking about that tonight. That is a different channel.
Yeah.
But I'm sure somebody's talking about it. But but we're talking about horror. And this great Stu Train ticket was created by Carrie Crave Cinema. So Carrie, again, thank you so much for that.
Carrie.
And Carrie, by the way, also she's been on the channel. I've had her as a guest once before. And she'll be making an appearance soon already. We've already got it booked, so stay tuned. But anyway, she has a great website where she reviews movies, does analysis of Scream characters. She does analysis on her website. You guys got to check it out.
So good. Yep, so good.
It's all really good. These character analysis she's breaking down. Anyway, so great job. So Carrie, thanks for the ticket. Thanks for all you do for the channel. And she says, and Dewey shot at Ghostface a couple of times. He had to have hit Ghostface at least once or twice. Stu would know to wear a bulletproof vest because of Roman. Just saying. I'm assuming that's just saying. Yeah.
That's a good connection.
Point. That's a great connection. Great, it is. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate the super chat, and thanks for the great point. You're right. Yes. Woo. Okay. All right. Let me recompose myself now, and let me get this
and hop off the Stu Train.
Let me park the Stu Train. We took it around for a couple of spin laps.
Warmed it up a little bit. Yep.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Scream 4. All right. So let's talk about. There's a couple of folks I want to talk about here. That let me see if I got their picture handy. I think I do. Maybe I don't. If I don't, we'll just talk about them. Not a big deal. Oh, no. Okay, here's one of them. Anyway, what do you guys think about Charlie? Charlie. So, Kayla, why don't you start us off, and then Jack, you can go after Kayla. Thoughts on Mr. Charlie?
I might not have the most popular opinion, but I honestly didn't see him coming as working with Jill. And thank the Lord my husband is not a killer, because I always peg the killers wrong. Like, I'm always like, oh, I really like them. And then they come out as a killer, and I'm like, why? And him with Kirby, like, at the end there, I was like, she's finally digging him. She's coming out. And then that scene where he's taped up in the chair.
Yes.
First of all, I love that because I feel like it pays homage to the first movie with Drew Barrymore with her boyfriend, and the phone rings, they're answering horror questions. And then when he doesn't flip the switch like Jill to me. Like he still has that kind of like, you got to be a little crazy to be a ghost face.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah,
when he stabbed her, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. As I always saw him as he's kind of just a movie nerd. He's sweet. He's kind of this geeky guy, and I never saw him coming as a killer. So he would have gotten me for sure, 100%. But I didn't dislike him, but I didn't necessarily like him either. I mean, he was kind of just in the background for me. He wasn't one that I really connected to. So.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, how about you, man? What were your thoughts on Charlie as a character in the movie?
So Charlie was basically Jill's pawn. You know, she was just playing him like a trumpet. I thought he was a very good. I mean, between him and Kirby, the two of them meshed together as like that Randy replacement, which was really good. I didn't really think anything of him. I love the whole Stabathon scene with him and Robbie. You know, that's just awesome. And they're sitting up there chatting about the movies. But I don't know what it was about Scream 4. Maybe it was because I was so young, but that movie was had the most shocking reveal for me for some reason. Like with him sitting in the chair and then stabbing Kirby and then Jill turning out to be the killer. I just remember liking him, not really thinking anything of it, and then when he was revealed as the killer, I was shocked. Again, it may have been just because I was so young and I didn't put things together at that point. But I enjoyed him. But in the end of the day, he was just Jill's pawn. You know, that was his big purpose. He thought that he had a bigger role in the story to play, but really he was just being used the whole time.
Sad.
Yeah. I mean, he was totally thinking that he was part of something that he was really just being used. I mean,
Sydney and Randy.
Yeah, right. I mean, I gotta tell you, it just, and I mean, and of course I keep going back to Jill. My gosh, I'm not the girl you cheat on. Bam. Trevor, right to you know where with the gun. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and I mean, I never will forget when Charlie was like trying to imitate Stu, like get it up. Come on! He starts slapping himself in the face. And he's like, you know, get me on the side or the shoulder. Well, I think it was him with the shoulder. She goes right to the heart. Just bam, right in the heart, dude.
And you're dead.
And it's like, oh yeah, that's a sole survivor. Jill said.
This time Randy gets the girl.
Yeah, this time Randy. Oh man, we got one kiss. We got one kiss out of the deal anyway.
Yeah.
The last kiss of death.
Good.
The way Jill looks at Sydney as she's like kissing him and pointing the gun, that was just such the way that Emma Roberts looked. It was just so menacing to me. I enjoyed the killers in Scream 4. I know a lot of people have some problems with it, but I enjoyed it for what it is. It was pretty good. Yeah.
No, me too. And I will tell you something, man. Richard says, I'm the stew of horror channels. You know what? In my book, baby, yeah, let's go.
That's a good compliment.
That's a big one. Yeah, it is.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to. My kids are going crazy. I'm gonna have to hop off. I'm so sorry.
Do you need me to put you in timeout, or do you need to head out?
No, I'm gonna hop off.
Okay, no worries, Kayla.
Awesome.
Thank you, Kayla.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
That's
good.
okay.
We had
It's been
fun.
great chatting with you. And Jack, hopefully we'll chat again soon.
Yes, I'm sure he will. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Bye, guys. Sorry.
Bye, guys. See you, Kayla. Bye. Carrie says, Charlie was a lapdog trying too hard to be stupid.
Yeah.
Ooh, for real.
Basically.
That is so true. Yes. That's right.
Charlie, he looked like, just through the whole movie, just one of those characters that like almost looked like he was in his head, very airy. You could tell he had a bit of like that. I mean, him and Robbie were two geeks, so they had a little bit of that self-confidence issues, you know. You could tell he was very awkward.
Very awkward, yep.
Yeah, and even when he was up at the Stabathon, he like, as he was talking, he looked like he was finally in a place of acceptance with all the people cheering as he was running this big event. But other than that, I mean, like Carrie, it was Carrie that said it, right? He's just a lapdog, basically. Yeah.
Carrie said, basically wanted to be. Yeah. Now, Men in Black has a good comment, a good point. He did have the look of a killer. I thought so too. Now that was, I do agree with that. he had, some of those looks he had, there was, and it's really interesting. I'm just now thinking of this right now as we're talking. He reminds me a lot of, although he has more personality. So let me say this up front. I'm not saying he has the same lack of personality as Amber,
Yeah.
because Amber is a very bland, very
Like a
just
brick wall.
raw,
Yeah.
brick wall kind of person.
Hmm.
Character, not person. It's the character
Yeah.
he's playing. Charlie, to me, Jack is a lot like Amber, but
Hmm.
more. He's got more personality,
Yeah.
but not a lot. But he's
Right.
not always that angry, mad, look to him. Like,
Yeah.
do I need to show it? Do I need to show it, Jack? Do I need to show the picture, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah. Do it.
I think I do. Charlie is not that. Okay, I'm sorry. That is just, and I saved this. I saved this picture
Sour
because
face.
it's the sourpuss, man.
Yeah.
It's that sourpuss face, and this is like when I freeze framed this shot. This was actually from the trailer. I've had this picture for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I freeze framed that, I said it's gold. I just got to snag it. That it's gold.
Yeah.
Because that encompasses, and I'm not picking on Mikey Madison. I'm not talking about the actor. I'm talking about the character. Okay. I'm talking about the character of Amber. But when I see that picture, and this is just my own opinion, but to me, Jack, it encapsulates her personality.
Yeah.
Like that's her without saying a word. Just look at her in this shot. That is her in the whole movie. That's Amber. But Charlie wasn't like that.
No.
But he was kind of bland in terms of personality.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if
I
you
know
felt that
exactly
way
what
or
you
not.
mean. Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed with him, and when you rewatch these movies, that's what's so special about it. Knowing who the killers are, then you pick up on more
Yes.
things. But
You do.
at all of the crime scenes, even in that deleted scene where he showed up in front of Olivia's house, and Robbie's recording it, and he's thinking this is so cool, and
Yes.
Charlie is just sitting on the sideline. He almost, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Like you could see it in his eyes. He almost has this little smirk of enjoyment, like he's watching this all play out. Especially when Gail comes up to them, and she's like, "Turn the camera off," and
Yes.
he's like flirting with them. So how about we work together? He like has this look on his face, like I don't know. Maybe do you feel the same way? Like he's enjoying it. Like he's like, oh, I can play this role. I can play you really good, but in a way that's not too in your face. Very grounded, I would say. He's very grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is interesting how, when you look back on these movies, you do notice, excuse me, little things like
Yeah.
in 6, or not in 6, that's coming up. In 5, like when you go back and you see, which is really interesting now, and I would encourage you guys to watch for this when you watch 5 again, if you're just getting it now on streaming. When Richie enters the hospital room with Sam, they just come in and they meet, for the first time, Richie meets everybody. And there's this look between him and Amber. It's very subtle, but it's this kind of like, oh, and Amber even looks at him kind of like, I can't
All in
can't
the
even
eyes.
look.
It's
But
all in
yeah,
the eyes.
It's
Yeah.
in the eyes. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
subtle. It's not overt. It's not like
Nope.
overbearing. But if you look at it now and knowing who they are, you'll notice it. It's very much there. And
Yeah.
I think Radio Silence directed them 100%, for those little things like that.
Oh yeah.
And so you pick up on things, which is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool because you don't know it when you watch it the first time because we don't know who the
Yeah.
killers are. We don't know any
Right.
of that stuff. And I love how that's layered. And Wes Craven was brilliant at it in his movies. He was
Yeah.
just, man, all those Scream movies are so good in that way, and
Now,
they share that.
Do you think, because remember Stabathon, Dewey chased everybody out because Gail got attacked. And you could see that Charlie was clearly distraught that his party was canceled.
Yes.
And then when they went back to the house and Kirby was there, he is, classic scene. What a
Oh
scene.
yes, she's got the camera there. Oh my god.
That's a great scene. And, and Kirby says something about, going with the theme of remakes. And then he gets excited again. He's like, you're right. He's like, the party was the false ending. The real ending takes place at the house. Do you think that he was going to have like some full out bloodbath at the Stabathon if it was never canceled? Because he seemed to think that like that was where the ending was going to take place. Big party. I wonder what would have played out if it took place there in the barn. Who knows?
Ooh, I like it, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's an awesome thought.
Crazy, right?
Maybe that was the plan. Maybe it was going to be a total bloodbath there, and then they had to move it to the house. It was an impromptu thing.
Yeah,
that could very well be the case. Or it could have been that it was always going to end at Kirby's house, but he was going to kill more before then.
Yeah.
So there could
because Gail was unexpected. They didn't expect her to be there. They probably just saw her and they got the costume on, and that was it.
Yes, a golden opportunity. And so they could have killed Gail and probably a bunch of other people, and then still ended up at the house party, I suspect. Because you figure they had the chair with the tape, all that planned up for Charlie. And they were probably ready for that. But I think you're onto something. I think they could have definitely had more. He could have had like a. And think about this: everybody's in a Ghostface costume. Imagine one just running through there, just slicing as they're walking, chop, chop. Dude.
Yeah, Kirby and Trevor were there, so maybe they were on the victim list that they were going to get taken out there, like some. I've always wanted to see that in a Scream movie where there's 2 or 3 killers just going nuts at a party. Imagine them going ham at everybody. That would be crazy.
It would be insane. I'm still hoping we get it, Jack. I hope we still get that in Scream 6 or 7, one of these two.
Like that one take in Halloween 2018 where he's just walking through the houses, you know what I mean? And he's just going, what a scene that was. I mean, that was, my jaw dropped in the theater. It was so well orchestrated. But that with a party, that would have been crazy.
Oh, absolutely. David says, Craven best. Oh, David, you're too kind, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. Julian has a request here. It says, hey, Kirsten, can you please make a video of how you would think Scream 6 is going to be, aka the Stu story? Oh, yeah. Thank you for the suggestion, man. I'll give that some thought. Absolutely. Because I have ideas. I have ideas.
And
so let me tell you, if I had the opportunity to sit behind the laptop at the writing table with James and Guy, we would have some discussions, bro. Let me tell you what. Jen's asking, who else should I tag? I have Matt, Tyler, Chad. Okay. 2 more. Jen, if you could tag, and I hope everyone's doing this. Thank you, Jen.
James.
Doing this. James Vanderbilt. He's on Twitter. He has a Twitter account, and I think he's on Instagram. I know he's on Twitter. And the other guy is, no pun intended, Guy Busick. Busick. B-U-S-I-K. C-K.
I think it's C-K. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Try it that way. Try it C-K, and if it's not, you'll see it under either C or K. Those are the writers. Those are the only 2 I would add. I would add those 2, and it should be good. And yeah, thank you, Jen, for doing that.
How about Kevin Williamson? Throw Kevin Williamson. Maybe he has some input. Yeah, throw him in there.
Yes. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. So
Kevin,
yes. Absolutely. Let's get Kevin Williamson on there too, because he's got a lot of influence. On this. He's an executive producer. He'll be consulting again. And thank you to Jen. Thank you to everybody in the chat who's actually doing that also. That's awesome. Be sure you tag me. Please tag me. I want to see it, and I want to join in on the discussion and weigh in on it and support you to them as well. So
I'm so happy for Kevin that he's an executive producer because he created this series, and it's like, with what happened with Scream 3 and then some of the writing problems with 4, I'm happy that he gets to at least be there and hold their hand through it and maybe make the trilogy that he always wanted to make, to end it off in that way. So I'm really glad that he has as much input and activity with the making of these films that, you know what I'm saying?
I do. No. 100%. I mean, if man, I'll tell you something. If that, I would have been I would have been really concerned if this movie had been going forward without Kevin. Because if you remember way back, he was the very first legacy person that they announced that was on board. He was the first. They said that Kevin, because I heard the movie was announced, and I'm like, oh no. Because guys, Jack, we have seen how many reboots, recall is kind of a newer term now, but at the time, how many have we seen? Do I need to say the new Nightmare? Do I
Oh
need to
my
see some
gosh.
of these, bro? And they've been dumpster fires, man.
Yeah,
And I was like, when they said Scream's coming back, I said,
I know.
do you have to? Honestly,
Hmm.
my
I
first thought
know.
was leave it. Wes is gone.
Yeah,
Leave it. Just leave it, man.
yeah,
It's beautiful what we have.
yeah.
And then, not too long after that, I saw the headline: Kevin Williamson joins Scream 5 as executive producer
Mm.
and consultant,
And gives it the blessing. Remember, he was
and
like,
gave
"What
the
they
blessing.
have cooking up is so good." When he said that,
Yes,
I was like,
dude.
"Oh my!" That's when my excitement really, really picked up. That was it.
Hit through the roof. Oh, me
Yep.
too. At
Yeah.
that moment, I stopped and I said, I'm going to reconsider because
Yeah.
at that point I was anti. I didn't want it. That's how
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
didn't. I'm such a West guy, and I
Yeah,
was
man.
like, whenever Kevin said, "Yeah, I've read the script. It's
Hmm.
good. This is
Yeah.
going to be good," and then he turned it down 5 times. Remember, we found out later that Radio Silence approached him 5 times to come onto
That's
the
right.
project. And he
Yeah.
said no, 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 no 5 times. And then he finally called him back, and they said they talked for an hour and a half about the project on the phone. And then
Wow.
they came and they met him with the script, and he gave feedback on the script and gave notes on what he would do, and he would do that
Love that.
differently, dude. So he
Yeah, dude.
consulted. He didn't write
So
it,
good.
but he consulted on it. He
Yeah.
shaped it.
Yep.
He shape it a little bit.
Hmm.
And that really gave me. I started getting optimistic. Then I said, well, you know what? If Kevin blesses this,
Hmm.
he would not bless trash
Yeah.
because he would just say I have no comment. But
Yeah.
he didn't. And then we start seeing Dewey. Dewey was the first one of the cast that
That's
came on.
right. The sign on. Yeah.
Remember, he,
Yeah.
he was signed on.
Yeah.
And then we had Gail sign on. Then I was like, oh my gosh, there's
Hmm.
still no word on Sydney. Like this is still out
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
And then Sydney came on board, and I said, okay, um, at this point in time, when you've got the OG3 and you've got Kevin, I felt pretty good that the story was going to be decent.
Yeah.
And other than the one thing I would completely change is that Dewey's death. I've said that
I
before.
know. Yeah.
It didn't have to happen. I still believe that. I'll argue that point to the day I die.
Even Nev said it. She's like, I still don't. She's a little
Shoot.
hesitant to say that's the right choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But think about it. Kevin Williamson, I guess even maybe a slight little step above Wes, knows this universe more because he
Oh
created
yeah.
it right here. Right
Sure.
here, so he knows it inside and out. And
Yes.
Wes and him worked together like this,
Oh
and they
yeah.
created just a beautiful saga.
Such a
Beautiful.
beautiful thing, man. And
Yeah.
and he even said that, he told them at the end of the conversation, that first conversation, he says, "Would you do me a favor though?" And they're like, "Sure. What is it?" He says, "Would you please dedicate the movie to Wes?"
Oh yeah.
And they said, "Absolutely." I get chill bumps, dude.
Dude,
I
me
get
too.
chill
You
bumps,
just give me
man, right now.
goosebumps.
I'm just like I can't.
Yeah.
And it's just that stuff
Woo.
gets me, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
something else that gets me now, man. I'm gonna go from goosebumps to some raging and some raging power.
Yeah.
Power of a locomotive, because Jacqueline's got a $5 super chat and says, "First time watching live. This is
Oh.
great. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm so glad you're
Yes.
having fun hanging out with us tonight." And I have to get my ticket for the hashtag Stew Train. You got it. Jacqueline, you got it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your $5 super chat. You guys have no idea how much your super chats help me, help this channel, helps me provide you with more content, more live streams like we're doing tonight and this weekend when I've got Nancy and Ritter on from the cast of Scream 1 to watch Scream on
That's
Saturday
awesome,
night,
man.
which is just insane. We will literally be on the live stream right now on Saturday night watching the movie with Nancy Ann Ritter.
Dude,
Can you
that's gonna be
imagine?
awesome, man.
This is gonna be nuts. When her
Yeah.
scene comes on in the bathroom, do you know how crazy it's gonna be when we're gonna be like literally
Woo!
hanging with her on the stream while her scene's on? This is
That's
just gonna
beautiful.
be nuts.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said all that to say, guys, that your support, both as a member and your super chats, they help me keep these things coming, because that's what I want to do, is bring you more of these things. So Jacqueline, thank you. And Jacqueline, listen, if you would do me a favor and send me a message on Instagram or Twitter or even Facebook, any three of those things, I will be happy to email you and send you right over your ticket and get that. I'll get that to you tonight if you shoot me a message. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right. So, Scream 4. So Jack, we've kind of talked about a few things now. Let's talk about something that is fun. It's just always fun to talk about. Is favorite kills, man. Favorite
Oh.
kills, dude.
Uh-huh.
So I will say this, and I don't want to steal any thunder because I don't know. Again, guys, we do this. We purposely don't script anything on these live streams, right? Jack and I get together, and every guest I have, we do not script anything. We free flow, as you guys know, and we can come in sometime intending to have a Scream 4 stream, and
Yeah.
we spend 30 minutes on the stew, and that's the beauty of these things because they flow, right? They
Yeah.
flow like tonight.
It's just
So-
like, hey, Jack, you want to jump in? Sure, let's do it.
Let's go. Just saddle up, man.
Yeah.
And so Becky says, I'm back. Love this channel.
Aw.
I love you, Becky. Thank you, Becky, for your support. Appreciate that. Glad you're here and hanging out with us tonight on a Wednesday night. You know, normally it'd be a random Wednesday night, but it's not a random Wednesday night because we're hanging out with all of you, and that makes it a special night. So thank you so much. John says, Craven, you need to be hired as part of the writers team, brother.
Yes.
Man, thank you. I believe me. If there's any way I can make that happen, I'd be there in a heartbeat. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. All right. So, man, I was gonna say something and I completely just like went a whole different direction.
Oh, favorite kills. Favorite kills.
Yeah, favorite kills, of course. Favorite kills. So, Jack, go ahead, and then I don't want to steal your thunder, so I'm gonna let you go first. So what do
Sure.
you think?
I loved Olivia's kill. This is just Scream 4, right? We're talking Scream 4.
Yes, just Scream 4.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, Scream
just
4. Yeah. Olivia's kill. I thought that was brutal. I mean, when you look at Tara's in the opening of Scream 5, that was brutal. But in Scream 4, for that being it, that was. I mean, that was intense. That was intense, especially when you see Jill and Kirby, and you see Jill is holding up the phone, and you know that she is recording it, but she's acting all scared while she's
right
watching.
there.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
You see her there? Look there. Even she's already got the phone
Yeah.
in her hand.
Look at that.
Right?
Look at that. Yep.
And there's the window. We can't make it blurry, but that's Olivia back there.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
wait, I didn't
dude.
mean to cut you off, but
No.
that was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and when you see Sydney behind them and the two of them screaming for Olivia, there's a shot of her with her phone on her side right here, and when you rewatch it, you notice, oh wow, she's filming this right now. She is playing. That scene was so brutal, and then when Sydney runs up and sees her body, I mean, that was the first time in a Scream movie where, I mean, you saw gore. Like it was like, whoa, like you lost your breath when you saw it. I wasn't
Yes.
used to that from a Scream movie.
Well, plus Jack, also remember, we're coming off of Scream 3, brilliant movie, but
Yeah.
it's the most toned down gore of any of them. Wes said they used the least amount of blood on 3 of any of the films.
Yeah.
And we're coming off of that, and Wes says, I'm back, baby. I'm back. And so is the
Mhm.
blood. I'm bringing it with me.
Oh yeah.
And that Olivia scene, can we park there for just a second? Because
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I want to hear more of your favorites after that.
Yeah.
That Olivia scene, man, I will never forget sitting there in the theater and, and the opening kill for the real opening kill wasn't that
Jenny, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that crazy. It was just,
No.
he stabbed her in the back. She fell down the garage, heading towards the the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
And they all, for just a second, I was like, "Oh no!" But no, it was a fake out, and he
Yeah.
stabs her. I'm like, "Okay," but Wes was saving the most brutal kill. Actually, there's two that I call the most brutal. This one though with Olivia, man, it was savage. It was
Yeah.
like, and then,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you heard it or not, but like Radio Silence actually said that, and of course we know as fans we picked it up, but they have confirmed that stabbing of Tara through the hand
Yeah.
was absolute direct homage to Olivia. That was intentional. That's why they put that in there. And when he came out of the closet and we see the knife through the hand, I'm like, oh my gosh! And then it just goes on and it goes on and goes on. And then finally, when Sid gets up there and she's completely gutted, the room is sprayed everywhere, and her intestines are hanging out.
Holy
and I said, "Oh my gosh, man, this is brutal."
Yeah.
And it reminded me of Casey Becker. But this was more brutal though, because in some ways we got to see it more. We actually got to see now the director's cut of Scream 1 when Stephen Orth was killed. Remember in Scream 1, you see his guts falling.
Mm-hmm.
They are rolling. They're rolling out.
Yeah.
the MPAA shut that down, and Wes had to keep it where they're already out. They're just hanging down. But that was brutal. But this was the most brutal, I think, and I'm gonna turn it back to you. I just think this was the most brutal, savage opening, not opening, but the most savage kill in a Scream film since Casey Becker and Stephen North. Would you
It was
agree?
disturbing.
You think so?
Yeah, I felt genuinely disturbed when I was watching it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This is just wrong. What are some more favorites though? What would be your next favorite one?
Well, we know this isn't a kill anymore, but Kirby was on that list eventually, but I'm not even going to say that because we know that she's alive.
She's alive, man.
I actually enjoyed what was Sydney's publicist's name?
It was
oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue right now.
Guys in the chat, you guys know what it is. It's slipping my mind. We all know it, but it's just completely slipping my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. I know exactly what you're talking about. Her assistant in the yellow coat.
That whole parking garage scene, I loved it. And then when he Ghostface threw her body down onto the news van, when Dewey's outside chatting, that was always fun. But I think Trevor's death for me, there was just something about that just like, again, it shocked me. I was like, whoa, man, like they did that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, brutal. Play with him before you shoot him, right? Jesus.
Hey, real quick, I know I'm catching up on the chat here, and I'm about 10 minutes behind. I'm trying to catch up. I see a bunch of people saying we got a spammer. If that was the one that had those, and I have no idea what language it is, but if you're talking about the one that was in like Cantonese or some type of Asian script, if that's what you're talking about, I blocked them. So it should be over now. If it's somebody else, let me know. I'm trying to find anybody else, but I don't see anyone else that looks like spam. So Jaden says I'm the one spamming. No, that's not me. Anyway, let me know if you
Rebecca.
guys. Yes,
Rebecca. Jen got it. Rebecca.
Thank you. Yes, it's Rebecca. Yes. Okay, sorry. All right. So Jack, it's all good, man. We free flow. It's organic.
That's it, right? That's it.
It's like water. It's fluid. It just keeps going, man.
That's it. I love it.
And it's so great. So tell me, Jack, who else? Any other favorite kill? Because the Rebecca kill was, I'll tell you something else. And another thing that Wes Craven did in 6, and I keep saying 6 tonight, it's on the brain, I guess.
Yeah, right.
In 4, with Olivia, and it's priceless, man, because Dewey's giving the press conference. He's trying to be the calm and confident sheriff. It's under control.
Yeah.
And then you hear people go,
Yeah.
You hear these screaming, and then you look up, and here comes Rebecca, man.
Yeah.
Just plowing down on the band.
Yeah.
And
let me know when you're back on Team Gale. And she storms off like, oh, there you go, Dewey. You should listen to Gale.
Out of my way. And she's like, out of my way,
out of my way, amateurs.
Is that not just a great scene?
Gale had some of the best lines in that movie. Gale's lines in that movie were so good. That was awesome.
So good, man. I just love it.
Yeah.
Now Pluto's got a question for us. She says, Craven Jack, would you prefer the alternate opening with Marnie and Jenny? That's a tough one because Jack, are you familiar with the alternate opening? Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
I like the shot of, Ghostface standing behind Jenny and Marnie's like, come on, guys, you're playing with me. I thought that was pretty cool. Yes. But I think Marnie's chase was very quick. And if that was the opening kill, I mean, Jenny's chase wasn't that long either.
Right.
It was like 30 seconds to a minute longer. But I mean, Marnie's chase was just like Ghostface appeared, killed Jenny, and within 45 seconds, Scream 4 is up on the screen. I think that the original, the one that they went with Jenny being the final kill with Marnie getting thrown through, I felt like that had a little bit more suspense. There was no phone call in the alternate opening, was there? There was no call.
No,
it just was...
because she thought it was just a setup. It was
that's right.
She was in the kitchen, and she's like, "Oh, I know this is just fake. Come on, man." And like I said, it's like that scene was. I love that part of it. Like when
best
she's
part.
Like, that's the best part. Like if you got to cut that part and then. I don't know, and then I don't know how you would go from there, but somehow
Marnie runs off, she gets the call, and then there's this big stock,
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Something like that
Yeah,
would I think would have been for me a blending of the two. For me, Pluto and
yeah,
Jack. That's I think would have been perfect.
yeah,
But all in all, I do like the opening we have because we have her up there upstairs, and you have the whole prank and you have all that
yeah.
going on, and so every time I see that alternate opening, I always think, man, okay, that's cool. When she's in the
Mm.
kitchen, I'm like, that's a cool shot. But I just, if you had to pick one or the other, I would probably would keep the one that's there
Stay
as
with it.
well. I think I would. But having said that, I really dig that aspect of it.
You know what, Pluto? You know what I love about that specific part of the alternate opening is the fact that like even when Ghostface starts stabbing Jenny and she's hopeless, like for like 5 seconds there, Marnie's walking up like, come on, guys," and Jenny is just helpless on the couch. And then when she peeks over and sees that she's actually getting stabbed, that is terrifying to me. I mean, the fact that like you are being attacked and like your friend's thinking that this is a joke and is not helping you, and then she has that realization. That's the only part of that alternate opening that I love. That hurts my stomach every time I watch it because of just how terrifying it is. But other than that, I think
Yes.
what we got was pretty decent. I do.
Yeah. No, I do too.
Yeah.
Uh, Jimmy's in the house. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy is one of my
What's up?
channel members or my patrons. Jimmy with a $10 super chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Nice.
that tonight. What is up, my man Craven and Jack? That sounds like a damn good drink. And I hear that train a coming. And it's roll. And Jack, you're a singer. You can probably sing that line. I hear that
And
train a
it's
coming.
rolling around the bend.
Yeah, there you go. And I know it's that stew train coming in the end.
You know
Dude,
what,
that's
Steven? I'm
right.
gonna write us a song for the Stew Train. I'm
Dude,
gonna write us a
seriously?
song. Yep, I'll do it.
Oh
I'll
my
record it,
gosh.
and you can play it on the streams.
Oh, man.
You want me
This
to do
is
it?
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
I'll do it.
I'm all over it.
Okay.
If you write that and you record that and
Yeah.
you send that to me, bro, I will jam it on the
Okay.
on the stream.
All
I
right, I will.
love that. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So cool. What a community, man. I got you,
Yeah.
Jack. You're here offering to write a song for Stu.
Yeah.
Carrie's making Stu train
Oh
tickets.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody, we're all just getting on the train. Well, most of us are getting on the train. Oh, not everybody, and that's okay. But most of
Mhm.
us are all getting on the train. We're just having a fun time. This is what it's
Oh
all
yeah.
about. I mean, where else in the world, man, can you come with such a great community? And I've told you guys this for ages now, and I haven't said it in a little bit, and so it's time to remind you all of you guys that are here and watching this in the replay later, you guys that are spending your time on this stream tonight or tomorrow, whenever you listen to it, you guys are the best community on YouTube. I don't care, hands down. I don't care who it is, what channel it is. You guys, this Craven Something Scary subscribers, my faithful supporters, all of you that are here right now, best on YouTube. Hands down, not even a contest.
So
It's
interactive,
so
man.
interactive.
I see
Interactive.
so many YouTubers who just like make content and get subscribers and just like don't listen to their audience and don't care. And like I see that you've created this beautiful community of just one gigantic family, and they keep
Yes.
coming back to every stream. It's like every time I join you on these streams, it's like joining a big family again.
It
It's
is.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you, buddy. And that's how I feel too. I really do.
Yeah.
It's like it really does feel like close friends and family where we all come together with a shared passion,
Mhm.
for Scream, for horror, and for each other, and supporting one another. And so, Jimmy, thank you, man, for your amazing super chat. Such a big help, man, tonight for the channel. And yes, sir, that Stew Train's coming. And I think a $10 super chat. Jack, I think it warrants it, brother. I think we
Yeah,
gotta
you
do it.
get you get a free MP3 of the new song as well
I
with
think
the Stew
so.
Train. That will have to
There
do
you
that.
go.
$10, you get the Stew ticket and the MP3 copy of the
Oh,
song.
we got a deluxe
Yeah,
package now.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this is great.
yeah. Just
that's
you wait.
awesome. It's coming. That's right.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, give me your best choo-choo, baby, because the Stew Train is on the tracks. Yes, it is, my friend.
There it is.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite kills, and in addition to what we've already talked about. And this is one that let me see if I can find the picture for it. It'll help illustrate it. I don't have the exact shot, but when you see it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. there was this one shot where Officer Perkins, I believe, Anthony Anderson's character.
I think it's Perkins, yeah, and
It's
Haas is
Perkins.
the skinny dude, yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Perkins, he's sitting in the front of the car and he's laughing and he turns his head, thinking it's going to be a joke.
Oh, I
And
forgot about that kill. That's on my list.
bro,
Yes, yes. How can I forget about that?
the two kills of this movie for me is Olivia and Perkins, because when he comes through
man.
and stabs this man
Yeah.
in the forehead, bro, straight up in the forehead, and he pulls out the knife and just fountains of blood pouring out of his forehead, and
Terrifying.
it was unbelievable. I was like,
Yeah.
this is and there's a funny story. Do you know the story behind that?
Yeah, you told me it. That's an awesome story. Yeah.
So I'll tell it real quick, just because for those who weren't in the first time whenever we did that was a little while back. So real quick story on that is that Wes said that basically he got approval because the Weinsteins were always, they're always meddling, right? Meddling around in Wes's business, as we know. And so the script came back and forth and back and forth. Well, finally, Wes, in the script they put in there, Perkins gets stabbed. That's and the Weinsteins looked at it, they sign off on it. So when it comes time to film it, the movie, what Wes does is he tells his crew, he says, hey, listen, on this scene, this is not going to be a normal stab. And they're like, oh, okay. No, he said, I want him stabbed in the forehead with the knife. And he's like, you know what? The Weinstein's already signed off on the script. He just did it on the day of shoot. And he made that, and just from being stabbed in the forehead. And he said they put it in the movie, and I guess the Weinsteins never watched it or whatever, because they never said a word about it. It was too late because it was in the movie. It was filmed. And I'm like, that was just Wes doing what Wes did, especially with those Weinsteins, man. And we saw it in Scream 3. We saw it all over the place. We talked about, and even in Scream 4, he's like, nope, I'm going to make my movie.
Because unlike the Weinsteins, Wes actually cares about film.
Yes.
Those guys are just in it for the money. Wes was a true storyteller, a filmmaker, and a god of the genre. I mean, and a god of the business. Basically, in my mind, he is.
Absolutely, man. A legend. A brilliant storyteller and filmmaker,
an artist.
An artist, yeah. He's an artist, man. He was an artist, and the Weinsteins, like you say, it was just about a paycheck. It's just this: what IP can we get? What can we crank it out?
Terrible.
And then the sad part is that they'll take a good script and they'll meddle in it. They'll just get their hands in it because they're the boss. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Well, nobody, this is me as a fan. Nobody asked you what you liked.
Right.
You hired Wes Craven to make this film, Kevin Williamson to write this film. Let them do what they do. If you don't trust them, don't hire them. That's not who you want, Mm-hmm. But you hire these guys because of they're masters at what they do, and then they got to go messing around with it. It's like I will never not be frustrated with the Weinsteins. All those.
I even wonder if they've ever actually sat and watched a movie that they've produced. You know what I mean? Have you ever thought about that? They say they do, but do they really?
Right. Do they really? Exactly. Yeah. They sign off on the script. Yeah, maybe they just get it out there and while people are watching the movie, all they're doing is watching the box office numbers.
Yeah,
the tallies that are coming in. John says this is my favorite YouTube channel. Oh, thank you, John. Appreciate it, man. That means a lot. It really does. We'll start to get ready to wrap up. How about we go can we go 10 more minutes, Jack?
Yeah,
Is that
10 more minutes,
right?
sure.
All right,
sure.
let's go 10 more minutes, guys. We're gonna shut it down for tonight. Nate says, I hope Scream 6 does not suffer from script leaks. Me too, man.
Oh, man.
They did pretty good, though, don't you, with 5?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the trailer.
Because Halloween Kills was supposed to come out in 2020, and then it got pushed to 2021. So before the movie came out, the script leaked, and I read the script prior to it. Unfortunately, yeah. And some of the things that were in it, I was like, really? I said, are they actually going to do that? And they took some of it out. Thankfully, some of the things I didn't like that were in the script, but unfortunately, I had a lot of it spoiled for me, and I was hoping that the Scream script wouldn't leak, and thankfully, it didn't. So, yeah.
Wow, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it,
I
man.
know.
You know, and Scream is such a movie. I mean, you can make the argument every movie is important not to be spoiled, of
Of
course,
course.
but a Scream movie it's very core. It's a whodunit. It's a
Yeah.
mystery. It's you know, and if you mess that up, man, if that gets out, you're still gonna
Yeah.
watch it, but it's just like, oh
Yeah.
man.
It's one thing with Michael Myers, but when you get the killers spoiled in a Scream movie, I mean that's a whole different level of spoiler right there. I mean, people
Absolutely,
adore
man.
these films and look forward to that relief the first time you're watching it, that shock.
Yes, yes, I know. It's so important. It's such an important part of the experience that we all are going for, that we want to see, you
Yeah.
know? And that's why, like, you know, a week before the movie came out, I disabled
The
comments.
comments, yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm doing it to protect me and you, the
Mhm.
viewer on my channel, because it only takes one troll, one person who's trying to mess it up for everybody to jump in there and you know and just drop in who the killer is, and it's like,
Yeah.
why did you do that? It just ruined. So you know, those people out
Sad.
there, Jack, I'll never understand those kind of people.
No.
Those are people that just they enjoy making other people upset. They, you know, that they're ruining
Selfish.
their experience. Selfish, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even like it's an accident. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. No, it's like, oh hey, by the way, the killer is Richard Amber, or the killer is Mickey and Mrs. Loomis,
Yeah.
or Debbie Salt for that, you know, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Like there was
and
this YouTube video back in 2015 when The Force Awakens came out, and
oh,
this guy was sitting outside the theater telling lifelong Star Wars fans what happened. And this poor
what?
woman who like grew up with these movies, she starts crying and she's like, "Why would you do this to me? You know, I've waited for this. It is terrible." And
Oh,
everybody was liking it, saying how funny it was he was doing this. I said, "That is
bro.
not okay. That is not okay under any circumstance. I do not tolerate that." So I know exactly what you mean, Steven. So wrong.
And let me tell you, I know some dudes that if you go up there and you do that, bro, you
Yeah.
they're not going to just be giving you
Oh yeah.
verbal complaints. They're going to
Yeah.
show you
Oh
what
yeah.
they think about that. I mean, there's that much passion in this
Yeah.
stuff, and not that I
Yeah.
condone. I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you got, you know, to do it to, if it's a guy doing it to like an you know, someone who's older or someone who's not in the more of an equivalent state. Let's just put it that way. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's just not. It's just that's a bully, man. That's
Yeah.
just being a bully is all it is. And I
It's one
hate
thing
bullies.
you read the script yourself, you know, whatever, you keep it to yourself, but don't go around blabbing it to everybody else. You keep it to yourself. That's it.
Yes,
That's it. You
that's
know,
it.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah. If exactly that's the whole thing, and that's why I
Yeah.
was even like, hey, look, when we were doing our live streams, you probably remember, you know, back before the movie came out, like, if you know spoilers, that's fine. Just don't share
Yeah.
them here,
Yeah.
please, respectfully. You know, just respectfully don't do that. Um, anyway, and unfortunately though, it's you know, there's going to always be that element, so we have to
There's
just
always. Yeah.
safeguard ourselves the best we can, and you just take it one thing at a time, right? I mean
Yep.
that's
Absolutely.
um. All right,
What's up,
let's see.
destination?
Oh, we got destination in the house. Awesome, man. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here.
Yeah.
I'm 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 constantly behind. Let me put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to catch up.
You should title the stream Scream 4, Scream 5, Scream 6, and catching up on the comments.
And the
And
Stew
Stew
Train
Train. Yeah.
itinerary.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Uh, Carrie says the Lethal Collective is like my breakfast club,
Yeah.
a group that satisfies every niche.
I think it's mine
Aw,
too. It's mine too. I
that's
speak as a fan.
thank you. That's so cool. Appreciate that, both of you guys. Oh, let's take a look here. Sean says, I read that Scream Forecast filmed it in the Screamcast, excuse me, filmed it in the summer, and they all hung out together and went to dinners and camped out. Anthony Anderson and David Arquette almost burned some. I heard that also. I don't know the whole story, but I also heard that Anthony Anderson and David Arquette were cutting up together, like
Really?
big time. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. I don't know any more details, and I think David Arquette mentioned it in an interview somewhere.
Interesting.
Yeah. Um, there was some comment about what am I trying to find? Oh, gosh, I love it. Every time I see it,
Yeah.
Deputy Perkins, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Classic.
Yeah, Maverick's got a Maverick's. That's right, Maverick. Anthony Perkins. That's right. That's a
Yeah.
psycho reference to Norman Bates. Yep, sure was. All right. Let's see here. Oops. Hold on. What did I see? Trying to find out here. Oh. Oh, Matthew says, happy found Craven something scary. Truly cares about his followers. Oh, thank you, man. I genuinely do, man. I really do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, man. What's up, Destin? Hey, guys. Speaking of Destin, I'm gonna be a guest on a guest. Wow, on Destin's channel this Friday night on the Destination Station. Be sure you guys come check us out. We're going to be talking about reboots and requels and all kinds of fun stuff. So
Awesome.
this Friday night at 9 p.m. Central, which is kind of my usual start time here, it's going to be on his channel though. So I'll be posting it in my community tab probably tomorrow, being Thursday. I'll throw it up there, and you guys can hopefully can join us and head over there and set a reminder, and we're going to have a great time. So good to see you here, Destin. Glad you can make it tonight, man. All right. So what else? What else? So Jack, tell us as we start to wind down these last 5 or so minutes, what have you got coming up on your channel? What's going on the Jack Stannis YouTube channel coming up soon? I know you got a lot of stuff cooking.
Well, I do have a lot of stuff cooking. I am going to start doing movie and TV show reaction videos. I am going to do a live stream series of me reacting to my Slash movies, which a lot of people have been asking me to do, sliding into my DMs. So I'm finally going to do it. I got in contact with a lot of the cast from those 3 fan films that I made, and I'm going to have them on as guests to watch the movies again and to chat about them.
Yeah.
And then, Steven, we got something coming up, which no date set yet, but if any of you guys know the 80s campy, no pun intended, slasher flick, Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to react to that movie, which is one of those movies that I do not take seriously whatsoever, but for some reason, I just enjoy it so much. It's like my guilty pleasure.
It's one of those guilty pleasures in life. Yeah. It's like, I don't care what's going on. You just turn this thing on, and it's like your day just gets a little bit better. It just, yeah. I can't explain it. Jack, we've got to get that booked. Like, we've got to get. Jack's going to host that. Yes. Jack's going to host that on his station. Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do a full movie, not like a trailer reaction. We're going to watch it in real time. Right? Yeah. Just like this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. We'll do. We're going to do one date for Sleepaway Camp, and then a little bit later, we'll do the return to Sleepaway Camp. Or we could do 2 and 3, whichever one. But we'll figure it out. We'll plan it out. That'd be good.
Can't wait. We're gonna try to get that done in this month. That would be amazing if we can pull it off this month. That would be so fun.
Yep, totally.
Bearded's got a $5 super chat. Hey, man, always good to see you, buddy. Thanks for your support tonight, man. I appreciate it. He says, I'm 3D printing you an actual stew train. No, come on, man. Dude, come on, bro. Don't pull my leg like that. Come on, man. Are you
I love it.
For real?
Teasing him.
Don't tease me now with that kind of stuff, man. Come on. If you're being dead serious right now, that is incredible, man. I can't believe it. I am like beyond stoked right now to see what in the heck that's going to look like. Oh my gosh. If you are joking, brother, still, I love the idea. And thanks for the super chat. But I think you're being serious, man. So
I think he's being serious.
I think he's being very serious right now.
Yeah.
So thank you, Bearded. As always, man, for all your support. I can't wait. Dude, we got a song in the works. Now, Bearded stepping up and saying, hey, man, I'm going to get you an actual train.
Yeah.
Stew train. Carrie's got us the tickets. Man, this is forming into something really special, really beautiful, man. This is really cool.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, I love it too, man. Destin says these are the best live streams. I can't miss them. Oh, thank you, man. David says keep the stew train rolling. Fate will get over it. Yeah, he will. Or if he doesn't, he doesn't. Oh well. The train's going to keep on rolling, man.
We'll be waving from the platform. He'll be like this, Yeah.
See you, Fate. We wish you were here, but we're not going to force you on the train. You got to come willingly.
Yeah, that Pink Floyd song, "Wish You Were Here." I'll play that as we're pulling away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. uh, Chris says it's
Oh,
one of my all-time favorites, dude. Okay,
nice.
man.
We're gonna do it.
Hold on a second, man. Destin, seriously, dude.
Oh, the
You
Pamela
gotta be.
Springsteen one.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh man.
You've never seen the original. Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe
Okay.
maybe we'll get him to join in on the stream. He could watch it for the first time with us. How's that?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
Destination,
Yes.
I'll reach out to you. We'll set it up.
Oh my gosh, like on a Friday or Saturday night when Destin can make the stream, if that works for you.
Yep.
We can do it on a Friday or Saturday night.
Do not look up any spoilers about anything. Do not do it.
No. Nope. And nobody in the chat, guys, in the chat. I know you guys don't do spoilers. You guys respect my rule of we don't do spoilers, but please don't accidentally make a comment. It's an old movie, so it can happen.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of movie you need to be blind. You just need to go in and just watch it. Don't look up the synopsis, Destin. Don't look up anything
the trailers,
about this
nothing.
movie.
Nothing.
No trailers. No, nothing. Please. It just will make it even more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And wow. Oh, Carrie. Okay, now look, I'm going to be very careful here. Jack and I are going to be very careful. Carrie, you need to finish it. Carrie,
last shot.
You need to finish it. Yep, that's all I'm going to say.
That's it.
It's you have to go back, Carrie. Please go back, and I want you to please go back. I'm begging you, go back to this movie. Watch it to the end, and you got to reach out to me on Twitter or on Instagram. I've got to talk to you about this movie when you see it, please.
Hey, Carrie, I'll bring you on too. We'll have a whole community of people on. Let's just do it. Let's do it, man. Let's
go, man.
That was one of the movies that I literally would take friend by friend into my screening room at my old house, and I would make them watch that movie just so I could watch their facial expression, So good.
Yes.
Yeah, so good.
Yes. Maverick says that movie is bat. You know what? Crazy. Ooh, my goodness, man. Yeah, that would just be amazing.
Yeah, totally. We'll set it up.
Yeah. David says, "Night, Craven. Have a great night. You too, man. Wish I got done. I'm gonna do dude, brother. No apology necessary, David. I know, man. I know you're a faithful supporter, man. Just you being here on the channel, man, it means the world to me, bro. It's no sweat, man. Thank you for being here tonight, and have a great night as well. Hope you get some good rest tonight, my man. Or if you're going into work, have a good night of work, whatever the case may be." Pluto. Yeah, remember that line, Jack? I don't need friends. I need fans. Oh.
Jill's line in this movie, especially when she's revealed, every line she has a punch to it. I mean, you just feel her jabbing at Sydney line after line after line. It is iconic.
It is.
Emma Roberts killed that part. Absolutely killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. She did.
Yeah.
She was fantastic in that movie. I mean, like I say, next to Billy and Stu, this is my personal. She is my next in line. Yeah. It's Stu, Billy, and Jill, and then everyone else after there, I'd have to really think about that a little bit more. But those three for me, Jack, are quick and easy.
It's great. Easy. Yeah, I love that.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Man, Julian, I love your enthusiasm, but bro, you're blasting the chat. Like,
yes.
I appreciate it, man. I hear you, man. I hear you. I got you. And I appreciate your zeal. I got the message, man. I got it. Thank you so much. Destin says I'll be down to watch the first film. Great.
Yes, we're gonna set it up.
Yes, we absolutely. That's awesome. And then last couple here, guys, and we'll call it a night. Maverick says Fate has three options: get on it, get over it, or be under it. Ooh, dude, don't stay on the tracks when the trains come. Choo choo. Hashtag choo choo.
You ever see that movie Unstoppable about the runaway train?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the Stew train is going to be. The Stew train is just going to be plowing through every station. That's it.
I love it. Jen, oh my gosh, Jen, you've never seen
Jen.
it. Oh man, Okay, look, I'm not going to say any more about it because I'm telling you, just this is one of those rare movies where literally the least you know, the less you know, rather, the better the experience is. The more you know, the more it's going to chip away at some of the things that are going to happen. Just,
Hmm.
Jen, it's an hour and a half of your life. I promise you, it's 90 minutes. Just make them, just find a place to watch it.
Honestly, don't even watch the sequels. Just leave this as a
No,
standalone movie. That's it.
yes,
Leave it as that. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
yes. Lee the Nerd. Hey, Lee, one of my channel members in the house coming in. Hey, so Scream 4, all I can say, underrated. And you are absolutely right. I
Absolutely.
completely agree with that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, oh, I was going to mention here, I shot him 6 times. How much I just love that. I love it. He's got a YouTube channel. So guys, listen, if you haven't checked out I Shot Him 6 Times, he's got a YouTube channel. And he's done some videos. I've checked out some of his Scream content. Check him out. Give him some love from the Craven Something Scary family. All right, hop over there, see what you think, subscribe, let him know in the comments that you were there from the live stream. And he's a great faithful supporter here at the channel. Always tries to come in and comment on my videos, and I appreciate you, man. Always being here. Yes, Horror Hound Weekend. Yeah, I don't know now that specifically about that location. I did want to mention to you that I saw this earlier when I was scrolling. I want to get back to you. Yeah, man, that's so cool. I hope you're going to be able to go to that if that's close to you. I think Nev Campbell's going to be there. Skeet is probably going to be there. I wouldn't doubt, or maybe even Matthew Lillard. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the lineup or anything, but if you can go, those things are really cool. And
There
Matthew
was that
Lillard
thing.
is.
Oh, I hear he's awesome at one of those.
He's
There's
so
that thing
accessible.
up in Phoenix that Nev Campbell's going to be at, and Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers. I think it's in
Mm-hmm.
July. I'm like banking
Ooh.
on being there. I can't wait. Fingers crossed for me.
Oh, that's right, because you're going to try to go to one. And
Yeah.
Destin, who's in the chat right now, Destin's going to one in, I think, April, next month. I
Oh
believe
wow.
it's next month. He's going to one that's going to have Skeet and Matthew Lillard there. And I don't know if Nev's going to be there or not, but I know he said Skeet. I mean, Destin, you're here in the chat if you're still here. Yeah, tell us the lineup. I know you told me you're going to be seeing Matthew and Skeet, and I know I'm forgetting somebody else that was really big, but it's all I can remember. My brain is right now is all I can think of. And he's going to try to see if Matthew will let him interview him really quick for like, at the convention. His
Ooh.
friend's going to videotape it. If he
Nice.
can pull it off, wouldn't it be really amazing?
Ah man. Yeah.
I mean, what you got to hope for in that scenario is that Matthew's having a good day.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
that he's having a good day. It was a good
Mhm.
flight. He slept well at the hotel the night before.
Yeah.
He's fed. He's full. He's comfortable. He's got his drink flowing of choice, whether it be water
Yeah.
or something else, whatever. And he's in a great mood. If you catch him in a great mood, man, anything can happen. I mean,
He seems to
it can
always be
happen.
in a good mood. I don't know,
He
he always just seems
does.
to be so happy, yeah.
He really does. I've
Yeah.
never seen him in any of those Comic-Con things, panels. I've never seen him not on.
Yeah.
Like very,
Right.
very forthcoming with his fans.
Yeah.
Jacqueline says that she met him in November. Wow, that's really
Oh, good
cool.
for you, Jacqueline. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, feel free to share here. Uh, and Jack, if you need a bail soon, I don't want to make you. Don't feel like you. I don't want.
Oh
I don't
no,
want to
you're
keep you
fine.
on long. We've still got almost 40 people in the chat. I personally have some more time.
Mhm.
I could spend.
Sure.
And so, if you want to, I'd love for you to stay. But if you need to go, don't feel. I
Sure.
don't want you to ever
Sure.
feel like you have to stay. Um, but if you can, great.
Yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
figured, man. Hey, look, I have this thing where I say, as long as you guys want to stay, I'll stay. I do have to cut it off at some point, which is
Mhm.
pretty amazing because you and I, Jack, have been here, whether you've been in the chat or on with me,
Yeah.
and it's been midnight, and
Oh yeah.
and everyone's so incredible, they're still watching, and so it blows my mind. I say that from a humble position and a grateful. In other words, it's you. I always wondered. I was talking to Fate in the collective. I said, man, I wonder what would happen if we did a live stream and we went out and we tried to do an all nighter.
Yeah, imagine.
How many? I mean, I know not everyone can stay up all night. I get it, of course. I don't personally. I don't think I want to stay up all night
Yeah.
for anything. But I'm just curious. You hear these stories like people fall asleep live streaming. Have you ever heard
Yeah,
like
I
some of these things
know.
happen? and the thing's still going in the morning, and they've
Yeah.
slept like all night, and there's like 50 people
Yep.
just watching this person sleep.
Like, oh, did he move? He moved. He moved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, isn't that weird? I've always thought that was
Bizarre.
crazy.
Bizarre. Yep.
Oh, okay. Hold up, Jack. Oh, here comes the. Oh my gosh, get ready. I need you to get the paddles warmed up. Okay.
Oh, I know what you're bringing up.
So Jen says, and no, she's not saying this, but I'm saying, remember the
Any
line?
last words?
Any last words? And Jen's going to give it to us. She's going to say with a $5 super chat, clear, bam,
Clear.
oh, clear. And I love it how Jill's like, because whenever Gail says, clear, and Jill's like, clear, like this attitude,
Yeah.
like, clear, and then Sydney's like right there, and she's like, clear, boom. Yeah. Epic. Jen, thank you for the $5 super chat, and thank you for that awesome moment right there. That is one of the most epic scenes, and we have not talked about that scene yet at all in the hospital yet.
So good.
At this point, it's all right. We may not even get to it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But that was such a great ending, wasn't it?
Awesome, man. So there was the Starathon, which was going to be the original ending. Then that was the false ending. Then we went to the house, which was supposed to be, again, the remake's ending. And then we have another ending at the hospital. Like, nuts. It just kept going and going and going, that movie.
It did.
Yeah.
You never knew. You just weren't sure. Like,
nope.
Even whenever she did that, it's like, is it really over?
Is it over?
Are we, Pluto says, I had a blast spewing dozens of different Scream 4 quotes in the chat. Hey, we had a blast with you doing it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Craven and Jack, as awesome as always. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.
Scream 4 forever. Kirby lives. Sick is the new sane.
Sick is the new sane. That's one of my favorite lines. Dude. Yes. Yeah. Sick is the new
Jack,
sane.
Somewhere, brother, over there in your entourage of equipment, get that hashtag, man. We got to use that. We got.
Oh yeah. Sick is the new sane.
Capture that, man, so we don't forget it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hashtag
take a screenshot of that.
Is the new sane.
There we go. I don't
know what we're gonna do with it, buddy, but we got to do something.
Captured.
Yeah, there you go. We have to do something with that.
Yes.
I don't know what, but that's brilliant.
I'll put it in my song. I'll put it in the song.
Bro,
Sick is
seriously.
The new sane. Yeah, that'll be the chorus.
Yes. And then every kind of I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna try to influence you. You're the writer. You're just gonna come from your creativity. But yeah, every kind of Stu reference, I'm sure you can find. I know you'll put it. You'll make it amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. Bye, Pluto. Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate you.
See you later.
Let's take a look here. Carrie says she enjoyed the quotes too. Absolutely.
Oh.
Our Stu stream was past midnight. It was. I think that's the latest one.
For you guys, that's right. Carrie, you're East Coast, and then you're Central Time, and I'm Mountain West Time. So like, it was like 2 hours ahead, 1 hour ahead, and then me. So it was after midnight for you, Carrie. Yeah,
it was, because I think we shut it off about 11:30, and
it was 12:30 by her. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Smells like teen horror. Hey man, welcome. Watching Scream 5. How about that?
Look at that.
Scream 5 on one screen and our stream on the other. That's beautiful.
Look at that.
I love it. Bearded says, I've never seen it either. Now, Bearded, I'm not sure if we're still talking about Sleepaway Camp or if we're on to something else. If you're saying you've never seen Sleepaway Camp, man, trust me, you'll never forget it. Oh, yeah. And you said Matthew Litter's going to be at Texas Primary and Rico. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's in Texas. That's okay. That might be the one. I can't remember which one Destin's going to, but Destin says I can stay up all night. Yeah. I know you can. Let's take a look here. All right, let's see what else. I'm trying to keep up here. Oh, here we go. Beard is in with another $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. 24-hour Scream watch-along live stream, all the movies.
That would be a fun idea. Like, just do all 5 of them back to back. That would be pretty cool.
Wow. Because let's see, that's 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours. So if we started at 9 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
And you're going to have some breaks in there, obviously.
Like a 10-minute break in between, you know.
Yeah,
all right, we're taking 10, guys. See you in 10. Yeah.
Yeah. If we did that, it would be 12 hours. They'd be
That
about
would be
12 hours.
awesome, man. Yeah.
9 to 9 or 6 to 6 or wow. It would be an
Yeah.
all-nighter. That's crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
It would be intense, man.
Oh yeah. Push
It
you to the
would.
limits, right? Yeah.
Or we don't even have to do it at night. We could do it on a Saturday.
Morning to
Do it
evening.
morning to evening. We could do
Yeah.
it, make a whole Saturday,
Yeah.
or Sunday or something. We'll figure it out. We
Yeah.
could do it. It doesn't have to be on overnight. It could be on
Right.
a weekend, and you know,
Because you could
hopefully
watch each movie, talk about it for 20 minutes,
Right.
watch the next, like make it like a 12-hour thing. That's how you would extend it. It would be perfect.
It would. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bearded, for the super chat, man. And it's a great idea. I love it. It's awesome. Let's see. Man, I love these ideas. I love it when when the synergy's flowing. What's the other word? The synergy is just going back and
Collective
forth.
creativity is just flowing through all of us. I love it.
I do too. Absolutely, buddy. Chris says my live stream of sleeping would just be people staring at my cute dog sleeping. Yeah. Hey, man, people love to look at dogs and cats, man.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, my dog is sleeping right there. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. He always photobombs the background of my video. Any of the videos I do.
Yeah. I love it. 'Cause every now and then I hear like the little tags.
Oh yeah.
Because our dogs all have those kind of tags. You can hear them everywhere. Let's take a look here. This is an interesting question. Matthew says, hey, by the way, hey, Matthew. He says, do you think Lillard will be able to keep the secret as hard as Andrew Garfield tried with No Way Home?
I think so.
I think Matthew is the kind of guy that can put a poker face on you, man.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's really going on. I think he could totally do. Well, case in point, he swore he had nothing to do with Scream 5. And he did voiceover work on like 3 scenes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and he wasn't in it as a character, but he is involved. But that was all locked down, man. That was completely I think so. I do.
Yeah, especially because he loves these movies, and like I think he knows how important that reveal would be to some people. I think he would totally keep his mouth shut, and then when it was revealed, he would ride that train so hard, saying, "I lied to you. I'm sorry, but are you happy now?" Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Here I am.
Yeah.
And plus, it's going to be such an epic secret. Like, I think the reveal is so. If Stu does come back as I think he will, it's going to be such an iconic reveal, and they're going to guard that. Probably the most heavily guarded secret of any of the movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, someone asked me. They said, "What are you going to do? When Radio Silence is coming interview and says that Stu's dead or he's not coming back?" I said, "That's what I would expect them to say."
Yeah.
If I'm going to plan on if I'm playing the long game for this massive reveal, I'm not going to tell you he's coming. You got what else are they going to say? I mean,
look at the new Spider-Man movie. They swore for months that those first two were not coming back, and look at that, because they knew the payoff would be so worth it.
Yes, I know, absolutely. It's exactly what I would expect. Yeah, same thing. So if we hear Radio Silence or Guy and James say, "Oh, Stu's dead in our universe," sure, okay.
Yep, whatever.
Right.
Whatever you say.
Sure. Okay. Yep. Of course. Now, Destin says, the Frightmare of Texas, the Frightmare is Nev. She is there. Nev, Skeet, Matthew, Jamie Kennedy. Oh my gosh.
What a lineup. And Heather?
Heather and Robert, man.
Oh, I would lose it.
Dude.
I would. That's like a Wes Craven concoction in one festival.
It is. It is. That is Wes Craven's children, if you will.
Yeah, basically.
I mean? Yeah. Oh man, Destin, bro, I know. I don't know how you're gonna contain yourself.
I would lose it.
I don't know how you're gonna do it, man.
I might drive to Texas just to join in on that. That's how awesome that sounds.
Yes. Hey, Donovan's checking out on us. Hey, buddy, I understand. It's late. It's a school night. Absolutely. Thank you so much for hanging in for so long, man. It was great having you. Appreciate it. Now, Jen Werner, you're a puzzle tonight. Jen says on the East Coast, and I'm still wide awake, not just barely awake. Jen says I am wide awake. I love it, Jen.
Nice.
I love that. Now, Jordan says, I want to react to Sleepaway Camp. I'm afraid I'm not going to fully. Yeah, bro. It's Jordan. I'll tell you what, man. You almost just. It is so difficult. And I'm not going to turn this into something
Yeah.
else, but it's so difficult if you're to show any content. I mean, if you show a clip,
Yeah.
dude, I remember those TV ads were coming out in December, the little short
Yes. Yeah.
15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I posted
You
one
were
of those.
posting them. I
Remember
remember you
that?
did.
I
Mm-hmm.
did,
Mm-hmm.
man. I said, you know what? I'm throwing it up. I don't care. I'm just putting it up there. And do you know I got every single one of those videos. I was got copyright hit on every one of them, even
Wow.
just the short little 15-second clips. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute. This is a trailer that was released for public viewing on
Mhm.
TV and in ads. I'm posting literally the video you released for promotion. So
Yeah.
in essence, I'm promoting your movie
Fair
for
use.
free.
There's that fair use
And
copyright law.
and
Yeah.
fair use, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm helping your movie to
Yeah.
get the word out, and they're like, slam it. So I
Yeah.
had to delete it. I take it off. I had almost 20,000 views,
Yeah.
and I had to take it. So my point is, Jordan, not to get into content area here, but it's like it's my life here. It's like it's my passion. So
Hmm.
I'm and Jack, you know what it is. It's like as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, good luck with that, Jordan. Honestly, the best thing you can do, honestly, is to and I'm trying to think how I would do this.
My
If I was,
tip for you,
go
Jordan,
ahead, Jack.
is what I see a lot of people who do reactions, especially because I'm thinking of doing them eventually myself. When there's a specific music cue that's on in a
Yes.
scene, I mean, they make themselves bigger and they put the movie in, the side right or left corner.
Yep.
They mumble the sound when there's a specific music cue, and they skip through the whole movie, condense it into a 15-minute video, and they only
Yep.
show like 4 or 5 seconds of audio and visuals before they cut back to themselves. So maybe instead of running the whole thing at the bottom of the screen during the whole video,
Mhm.
just have it flash here and there, and then, in the beginning of it, put the fair use disclaimer law, which is a copyright law. You can use it if you're helping to promote their work. Basically, you're a reporter at that point. I would watch other people's videos and see how they do it, because there's a lot of people
Yeah.
that do it and they seem to get away with it.
Yeah. There is it could. You're right. It can be done. So don't. Yeah, I don't want to.
All about the editing, yeah.
Yeah. It's all about the editing, man. It
Yeah.
really is. It's all about um, and there's like I say, you can watermark it. You can
That's true.
you can
Yeah.
put a watermark across the front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw one recently that they just they had like a shot of Scream 5, like a trailer or
Mhm.
something, and they literally put a watermark over the entire screen that says property of Paramount. And I'm
Oh.
like, that's smart. Look at
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
property of Paramount right up front. You know, so there are ways. There's a lot.
Yes.
There are ways, and there's some really great reaction channels. Like Timothy Reacts is one that he's really really good. There's tons of them. But yeah. But be creative, Jordan. You'll figure it out, man. I
Yeah.
know you can. You'll figure it out. I will say this though, for Sleepaway Camp, I have done a reaction video to the movie months
I
ago.
know. Yeah. Yeah. The movie
Do you
bros,
re-
right?
The
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
bros. Did you see that, Jack? I don't know if you
That's
ever
where
watched
I
it or
was
not.
shocked. That's where I was like, I got to reach out to Steven. I said, did he know Sleepaway Camp?
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
I saw it. Yep.
And you saw how much footage that we showed. We showed
Yeah.
like 30 minutes almost of that movie,
Yeah.
chopped up.
Oh, yeah.
But now I do have a copyright claim.
Yeah. You'll
but
get that. Yeah.
You'll get that for that, right?
Yeah.
But we did that. We didn't even care. I mean, we were just like, you
Right.
know what? We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do it. But
Yeah.
anyway, sorry guys, man. We just divert, but that's what it's about, man. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for. So
Absolutely.
okay. Oh wow. Bearded says right now I'm in 3D printing.
Oh.
I'm 3D printing the metal ghost face mask, dude. Man, I'll tell you what, man.
Somehow
I-
hit me up, Bearded, because I'll pay for one of them. You send me
I'm-
one, I'll pay for it.
Could you imagine having them at the metal
I'll do it.
mask?
I'll hang it up right here next to my setup. Yeah.
Bro, that would be perfect, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so cool. That's right, Carrie. Let's get lit. He said,
Yeah.
This stuff is lit. All right. Let's see. Bearded says he's driving down to Frightmare weekend from Denver if you want a carpool, Jack.
Ooh, I will
Wow.
absolutely consider that. Hey, why not? Right?
That's cool. That's awesome. Uh, oh, that's a cool. That's awesome. I says if Stu comes back, hopefully still
Ooh.
gets. Say hello to Billy for me. Oh, that is fire right there, man.
Ah, yeah.
That
My
would be
soul would leave my body if she said that. Like that would be it. That would
golly.
be it.
Seriously, can you imagine? Say hello to Billy for me. What a line
Yeah.
that would be. It
Yeah.
really would. I mean,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. Let's see. I'm just gonna say I think we're about caught up. Bearded says, "I got you, Jack."
Yes.
All right. So Jack, in our last couple of minutes, just tell me overall thoughts on Scream 4 again. Anything we haven't covered that you want to talk about? I know we bounced around a lot, but just overall Scream 4 thoughts. Closing
I
thoughts.
think for what it is, basically being, there's the original trilogy and then Scream 4. Now that we're having this new Radio Silence trilogy in the works, Scream 4 is always going to be that one in the middle that just fits
Yep.
in but is its own thing as the remake of being meta, going with the themes of remake, which were popular around that time and still are, so to say. I thought it was a great reentry into the franchise. It was good enough to the point where it left me wondering what that trilogy was going to be if it came to fruition. I mean,
Yep.
think he set up Sydney coming back so well. I think he set up, they could possibly bring Kirby back. I know Jill
Yeah.
was supposed to be in 5 and 6 or whatever they were going to do with that. It was a movie that for its time, it was almost too early. We've
Yes.
spoken about this, Stephen. I mean,
Yep.
the motive in that movie is one of my favorite motives out of the entire series. The fact that she just wants fame in that day and age of social media. It is terrifyingly true what some people will go to get the fame that they want.
Yes.
It's scary, and I
It's
thought that
scary.
her
It's true.
motive was just, it was perfect. And filming the murders too. I mean,
Oh
that's
wow.
messed up. It's great. I
It
loved the
is.
movie. I loved it. It was a great final film for Wes Craven. Like, what a
It
way to
was.
go out, man. What a way.
For sure. I 100%, man. He went out guns blazing, literally.
Yeah.
It was on fire.
Yeah.
And Maverick says he's heading out. Thank you, Maverick, for joining the stream. And Craven, thanks for checking out my channel and providing the positive words. Absolutely, man.
Oh,
Hey, yeah, by the way, guys, listen, thank you, Maverick. I want to mention Maverick Media's channel. If you guys have not checked it out yet, Maverick is one of my channel members, a faithful supporter of the channel here. And you guys know him in the chat from coming on all the live streams. He's got his a YouTube channel where he posted his very first video, and it's a Scream breakdown review, very intensive breakdown of Scream 5.
ooh.
And it's very good. I watched the whole thing, and I thought it was a great job. So I really want to encourage you guys to go over as we're winding up now. If you still want to stay awake for a few more minutes, go over to Maverick Media's channel, click it, subscribe to it, say hi, man. Let him know. Say hello. Let's show him some
I'm
love
going to check it
and
out.
support. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Head over there
Check it out.
and definitely let's help help this guy up, man. He's doing his channel off with
Yeah.
his first video, and I think it's really good. Great
Nice.
start, Maverick. It's a great start. So, yeah, let's go over there. Everybody subscribe, show him some love,
Yes.
and give him some comments on his video. Let him know what you think about it because it really is a great start. So, Maverick, keep going, man. It's just do what you love to do, and you'll always love doing it. So just keep it up, man. That's the key. That's the key
Even
to
if
being
one
successful.
person sees it, even if one person sees it,
Yeah.
if you love it, that's all that matters. That's it.
Absolutely.
All that matters. Nothing else matters besides that.
No, that's right. And and you never know where. How I've said this before, and I won't do a diatribe here at the end in a long thing, but I've said it before, I'm not going to get into details because it's private stuff. It doesn't matter. But there are people that reach out to me regularly that strikingly surprises me that the videos that I've made on my channel have helped them in some way. All right.
Oh,
And it still blows my mind, and I'm so humbled by it. And so the reason I'm bringing this up is not to pat myself. It's not at all. It's quite the opposite. The reason I bring it up is to say that if you have an idea, if you've been wanting to start a web page to write movie reviews, if you've wanted to start a YouTube channel to share your thoughts on horror films, on Scream, or anything, any topic for that matter, but since we're in the horror space, that's what I'm referring to mostly, but anything. If you've had that idea and you're like, nobody's going to watch it, there's other people doing it, what's the point? The point is because it's you doing it. The point is you are the only one of you, and it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You talking about, and maybe you're saying, well, I'm going to talk about some of the same things I hear other people talking about. Great. That's great. That's more voices, right? So do it. Life is too short not to live it, guys. Okay? So don't let fear, nervousness, fear of rejection,
the trolls, don't let the trolls jump in. Yeah. Because you know what? Yeah. They're the littlest cowards. They're the ones who don't have the guts to share their love with the world and their passions with the world.
That's
and
right.
So they just go in, they spam everyone else because they're so hurt within themselves. So don't let them step on you or rain on your parade.
Amen, brother. That's exactly right. Sometimes, people that bark real loud or have a lion's roar are just hollow. They're paper tigers. Yep. They're and it's like, you know what? I heard the quote one time from Dave McCrae. I don't know if you guys know who Dave McCrae is.
I love Dave McCrae. He just did his Scream stream. You got to watch the Scream stream that he did today.
I'm gonna have to watch. I saw he was doing it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't watch it, but I'm gonna watch the replay. I can't wait. But he made a statement one time. I wish I could say this was my idea, and this was not. I always give credit where credit's due. He said, talking about dealing with trolls and dealing with toxicity and and personal attacks and all this other stuff. And he said, this is him saying now. He said, my father told me, who his father was big in Canada as well, in acting and media. He said, my father told me one time when I was really having a struggle with trolls, with toxic people, and was having a heart rejection. He said, my father told me, it doesn't matter what they say. It matters that they watch. And I've never forgotten that, Jack. That is really powerful. And so that's how that has helped me. I mean, that one comment helped me to understand when I see things like that, and I see things that are below the belt attacks and these kind of things. They don't happen often, thankfully. They don't happen often. But they do happen, and they happen to everybody. They happen to every content creator. They happen to Jake. They happen to Night Watch Zone. They happen to Fate Decide. They've happened to you. I mean, every content creator I've ever spoken to about this stuff, they've all had it happen to them. So, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they say. It matters that they're watching. If this person is watching my video and they're taking the time to first watch it, second to actually comment and engage on it, they're helping me. Yeah. That person is actually helping my video be seen by more people. So thanks. And
this guy,
go ahead.
This guy that I used to work with, he always said, feel bad for the trolls because they are in such internal turmoil and you're the one that's raising on top. Like you said, they're giving you your views and you look at these people and you're like, gosh, I feel bad that this person is such a mess within themselves and can't cope with themselves that they have to hurt other people.
Yeah.
Feel bad for them.
I do.
Sad.
It's terrible. It's a terrible place to have to be in. And
it is.
And so, so what do, Jack? We forge ahead. We have a good time. We make the content that we want to make. And guess what? We find ourselves here at 11:34 Central Time with 30 people enjoying it with us, and we're all together having a great time. Isn't that awesome? This is what it's about.
It's awesome. Awesome.
This is exactly what it's about. So I think on that note, what a better way to end it. I think
close it off, right?
Yeah.
Words of encouragement.
So. Yeah. So
this turned into a speech about life too, right? What a beautiful stream it was tonight. It was great.
It was
great.
This was so much fun. And
awesome.
For all of you in the live stream that are still with us, and those of you watching on the replay, whenever that might be sure you check out Jack's channel. I know you guys have probably visited him already before from our other live streams, but if you haven't, check him out again. Or if you haven't, go see him. If you have, check him out again. Go make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's such a great guy, and you guys see it. I've always tell you, I will never bring someone on this channel to share of your time that you're giving and watching that's going to waste it. It's going to be someone who always is going to be bringing value into the discussion, and it's just a cool guy and a cool girl to hang out with, because I like to hang out with people that are fun to
Heck
hang
yeah.
out with. So I hope, and I hope you guys all feel the same way. I know you do. So show him some love on his channel, and I
Thank
want to
you. remind
you all. You're welcome, Jack, and thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to also remind you, right as we shut down, this Saturday,
Oh,
March the 5th, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing it right. It says not a live stream. Yes, it's a watch party.
woo!
A watch party with Nancy Ann Ritter, the girl from the bathroom. You know who I'm talking about. She is going to be on this channel again for 3 hours. We're going to start Scream 96 together. The Lethal Collective will be joining me. The Carbonite Jedi is going to be joining me. It's going to be a full house. We're going to all be on this live stream. I'm going to set up a watch party in Amazon Prime. So all of us on the channel here on the screen will be watching it at the same time. And then all of you on the live stream at home or wherever you might be, I will give you a countdown so that you'll have your other device ready to go. And so you can watch the live stream and watch the movie, and you'll need to have Scream 96 ready to roll, like ready to hit play, or if you're on a DVD player, whatever it is, right, Jack?
I got my 4K. I got my 4K version all set. I'm gonna throw that in.
Dude, that's gonna be amazing. So yeah, whether you're at home on your, streaming at home on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, or a good old Blu-ray, whatever the case is, we're gonna do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Love it.
And we're gonna watch it to the end with Nancy Ann Ritter, and then she's gonna hang out for an hour after the movie to talk to you guys. It's going to be a live Q&A chat. It's going to be an epic, epic night. It's this Saturday, guys. It's not next week. It's this week, March the 5th. So once again, please, if you can at all make it, you've got to mark it on your calendars. I already have it up on my channel. Simply go there right now, click it, and hit that little set reminder button. That's all you got to do. And then on Saturday, it's going to start shooting you reminders that it's coming up. And it's going to be amazing. I'm so pumped, man. I'm so excited for that.
That's awesome.
So excited.
So cool.
Carrie says we're heading out. Jack, you're the best. And Steven, you're a gem. Oh,
see you later, Carrie.
That's so nice. Yes, thank you. Lee, goodbye to you too. Happy to catch a stream. I'm happy you're able to catch it as well. That's so awesome. Matthew says you inspired me to start my own channel, Steven. Thanks. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, man. I'm so happy.
Just like me, Matthew. Just like me. You're on the same boat as me.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Carrie says, thanks for the pep talk, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. It's from the heart, man. It's all from the heart. That's all I can say. Carrie says, I'm off Saturday, so I'll be there with bells and whistles and a ghost. Now you're talking. All righty. This has been awesome. Well, guys, again, thank you guys so much. And I've got a comment on the screen here. Oh, yeah. That's like, where'd that come from? This has really been so much fun. Jack, thank you, man, for hanging out. And Kayla, I know you're gone, but thank you again as well for earlier when you could stay with us. This was such a good time. And we're going to do it again soon, man. Real soon. So,
yes. So good. So good, man.
Hey, listen. And Sleepaway Camp, bro. We'll talk offline. We'll get that booked up. That's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Well, one last time, this is Steven with Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Good night, everybody. See ya.